Hey everyone, welcome to ZSR. Today we have another Battle Royale match. Very exciting. We're in week 5 already. Crazy how time flies. On commentary today we have Chimp and Out of This World Burrito, and they'll take it from here.
Thank you, baseball. Welcome everyone to week 5. As you say, time has definitely flown in this tournament. Week 5 of 8. So we're over halfway through now. The weekly eliminations. One elimination this week. Lowest total score is eliminated. And I am very excited to see who that may be. How are you doing, Brio?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited for this race today. I'm excited for who we have on Restream as we have 3 runners who are in contention for that lowest score elimination this week. So we're going to have a lot to watch for as we watch these 3 really play. But we also have Plop around this week on Restream, so I'm really happy to see LaPlopper be able to attend live.
Yeah, it should be. The Plopper wasn't on last time, but did quite well. Just I guess a brief run through of the runners that we've got on Restream. Technically, Cup is at the most jeopardy at the moment. Cup is on the lowest total score of 78. Liam is then next on 154, and Breadcoon on 258. There's no realistic world Breadcoon gets eliminated this race unless Cup and Liam have the seed of their lives. So it's likely to be a battle between Cup and Liam for that lowest total. But we'll see. Anything can happen, such as the joys of Battle Royale. We're just waiting for one more player to go live and ready up, and then oh wait, no, that's me. I didn't quit the race.
You fool!
Whoops. Right, everyone's good. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
I completely forgot that was me.
It's okay. It's a scary adult start today with Ruby and Requiem. I say that's scary because there's some scary places we can get with randomized start locations, but also Ruby's not doing us any work today either, so this might be a little bit of a scary seed.
But on the plus side, it is the sort of, you don't worry too much about your starting med or starting stone because technically the bridge is 3 dungeons, so it doesn't matter which one you have. However, ideally you always still want to start with forest med. You get free song, and that could be a warp song. That's really good. So yeah, we'll see what's on Ocarina of Time. We'll see if stones are even a thing this seed, or whether that is a monstrous goal that players aren't going to achieve. And Cac start. That's okay.
Yeah, Kakariko starts good. It's going to go in and check what's on 10 and 20 really quick for LaPlopper here. And it looks like Liam went over to check Echo Lady, got a nut out of it. And it looks like Breadcoon's going straight up. Everyone taking slightly different routes. Cup just following LaPlopper right now. We're going to not steal the cow's wallet, and it looks like there's nothing in the shop. Lots of information when you start in CAC.
2 Zora tunics, not a bit of a weird shop, that one. Hylian shield, though, in the potion shop, so you can imagine most players are going to pick that up. But yeah, 20 and 30 dead, you'd like to see it. Means that there's no sort of horrible early game grind for skulls, and Plopper is not even going to Graveyard, just going straight to Desert Colossus.
Yeah, well, when your start's Kakariko, that's not too bad. And then, like you mentioned, we're going to get a song here pretty quickly, and that could either help us with movement or open up a few checks while we're walking around.
For sure. We'll see what the dungeon is. The dungeon could be something you just keep going into, or you bail straight away. And it's Deku Tree. Okay. Interesting. So, and ZL, so that's a great find. As Cup reads that the hookshot is in bottom of the well. Bit of an awkward place for your first hookshot, depending on where that might be. So yeah, lots just happened. Let's break it down. So early Deku Tree is a nice find. Early ZL is a great find. But that hookshot is a bit of a worry. So as we see Plopper choose to go into the Deku Tree for real this time.
And then there's a big chest for Cup on Hylian Shield. And it looks like, double defense. So getting trolled early. Bread's checking Song of Storms right now, which is Minuet. Bread also got a hint for Serenade in the open grotto in CAC, which I think it was Burning CAC. So that's not a bad song to have locked back there. And we're going to see Dampe Race.
Yeah, I'm a little scared as to what LaPlopper is doing here. I'm also surprised he's in Deku, because he didn't check the shops. There could very well be just a Hylian shield in the shops, and you can do, as Breadcoon picks up the mirror shield in the windmill. So yeah, Plopper is definitely taking a bit of a risk here, diving Deku without any shields at all. But you know, as long as you are slow and safe in the Deku Tree, you shouldn't really get hit. Cup is
Yeah, just
navigating
making
Dampé.
slow and safe during Dampé race here. You don't get trolled by fire around the corner. But yeah, that mirror shield early is obviously very nice. You could actually save some money if you didn't buy Hylian shield, which I don't think Liam has yet. Or maybe they did, they just didn't equip it. So
Yeah,
he's going to pick up mirror shield anyways because he might need that. And there is blue fire in Deku. Wow.
Yeah, that's quite a good find actually. Another early bottle is really nice to have. So, you know, it means that you can keep your fairy, but you can get bugs, or you can do various other things. Cup is going to miss the 1 minute timer here, so we'll see if they choose to do it again, or whether they just accept that, you know, they will just get the one reward. If they manage to get it at all, you might need to hurry up a little bit here. Obviously, you do need to save quit out of this without Song of Time, so it's slightly awkward as well. Now, the one problem with finding the Mirror Shield is that if eye drops. Now, you're going to have to save quit out of here, and that will immediately revert to a prescription. So that's a pretty horrible place for those eye drops. We'll see if that makes any difference. But yeah, if you find the Mirror Shield before buying the Hylian Shield, it means that if you do go to Deku Tree, you can't do it all. So that could be a little bit of a curse for anyone that chose to skip it.
That is a good point. I always forget that nuts just break on the mirror. The mirror doesn't reflect normal projectiles for some reason.
Yeah. On the plus side, on the plus side, the shortcut's on, so you can still get to Goma, and it's not really a problem. But you can't do the slingshot room, so there are 2 checks that are locked by the Hylian Shield. All right, Breadcoon taking on Dampé. The Plopper finishing up the rest of Cat now that they're done. Cup getting Minuet. I'm not sure if we saw that earlier, but that's also a really nice find. 2 early warp songs, pretty good.
Liam's going straight for those hints outside Song of Time, which is Graveyards on the Path to Evolve, Forest is Foolish, Claim checks to Megaton Hammer, and Zora's River is Foolish.
Megaton Hammer with eye drops in a area that you pretty much have to save quit out of. That is horrendous.
I don't think anyone's going to be rushing Megaton Hammer today.
No, but that makes it pretty weird too, because you've just found a bottle of blue fire in Deku Tree, and if you know all of that, you're like, oh god, does that mean I need to go and unfreeze King Zora immediately so that I can use this bottle and not get rid of the blue fire? So that is going to be an interesting thought process running through some of these players' minds once they read those hints.
Yeah, that's a very strange decision to have to make early. Liam's the first one to child, though, so we're going to be seeing some market checks here at the shops, while Plop goes back and does the rest of Kak, it looks like. And Breadcoon's the first one to play Minuet, I believe, so we're going to see where Minuet goes. Well, what it gets us.
Yeah, so another Hylian Shield is child, and also a 105 rupee slingshot. That's pretty unfortunate. As we find Sun Song in Sacred Forest Meadow with Lake Hylia Foolish.
A second bottle and Sun Song early. The runners who really value collecting those Skulltulas for points are going to be very happy this scene.
Yeah, not too bad. QOL's pretty good here. I'm interested to know where the child spawn is, because having an adult spawn not in Temple of Time, if the child spawn is pretty rough, it could mean going back, like changing ages could be pretty brutal this seed, but we'll see. Breadcoon is going for the Sacred Forest Meadow with just a shield. Valuable early 5 points, but we'll see the manager. And Liam finds a bomb bag for his troubles, so that's pretty good.
We're off to a pretty good start in terms of what items we have access to actually do stuff, and the songs we're getting are not too bad. And LaPlopper's going to go and check Grave. Let's see what's in the Royal Family Tomb.
Yeah, the Grave like here.
Liam's going to go do Lon Lon here.
Yeah, pretty solid child play. You know, a few extra songs, a good chunk of checks in Lon Lon Ranch. I'm not sure if they did. They got ZL or Sons, so I'm not sure what their current song status. Because some of those are more useful to route child, so might regret that.
Yeah, he did not play Minuet yet, but I believe he got Minuet. So he'll have to go back to Adult to pick up Sons, should that matter to him.
Yeah,
but
so
I don't think
he'll
he's gonna
probably
worry
play
about it.
Minuet out of Ranch as Child and sort of get that song go down that way, but we'll see. Sari is in the grave. Our first awful song.
I mean, Darunia likes it.
Yeah, we do get to see Papa D do a nice little dance, and that pleases everyone, but ultimately it's not particularly useful unless something happens to be... Oh, Cup! Oh, the levers strike early. Oh dear, Colossus levers are such a nightmare. If you don't know, like, the little... Oh, you could be safe quitting here. That
I
other
would say quit
lever
here.
is going for him. You can see it. Yeah, okay, I think that was pretty smart. That second lever was about to take him out. There is I think everyone has sort of adapted a fairly nice backwalk strategy on the platform in order to sort of get to the entrance without taking a hit. Cup is fairly new to Battle Royale, hasn't done too much practice, so it's understandable they don't know every strategy, but yeah, that is... Unfortunately, levers kind of do what they want, and they will mess with you all day. So yeah, that's the first hit there on Cup's side. And yeah, as they are technically in the most danger, that is going to feel pretty bad, but... We'll see how they
While
manage
Cupcake
to...
walks out to Hyrule Field, though, Breadcoon's been doing a lot of work over here in Kokiri, finding the silver
Breadcoon!
scale.
Oh,
I know.
Breadcoon dodged a hit there by about a millimeter on that barber. He's going to need it again here. Oh god, that was close.
Tempting fate on these Babas. These Babas end up being much more dangerous than they usually are.
Yeah, their reach is surprising.
Yeah. But they're hoping for a walled upgrade, as it looks like Boomerang is in Child Kokiri's shop as well. It's like 110 or 115 rupees.
Gotcha,
So that's going to be
yeah.
locked for a little bit until we find a wallet. And it looks like Epona's is an Ocarina, so I don't think anyone's going to be summoning the horse today.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we don't know what the dungeons are. If they are, like, that could be Deku Tree and, like, Dodongo's Cavern on stones. So, opponents could be fairly available. Or it also could be, like, Water and Fire, in which case, yeah, that's not happening. So, we will see.
All right, Bread carefully entering Deku entrance, which we find Jabu. Well, that's convenient. The Meringue is right in front of Jabu's entrance, so can't miss it.
Yeah, it means you when you can buy the Rang, you can go straight to Jabu, which is quite nice. Could have chose to stay there. You can do a few things as adult in Jabu, but has just chose to bail, which I think is fine.
Yeah, it's also a dangerous place to be in with all the berries, so some runners might think about, oh, I'll do this later.
Especially without a projectile. Speaking of projectile, the Plopper has just found a bow above DC.
Now you need to be careful gaming with a bow above DC.
Oh,
there's Hookshot.
Liam.
Great.
Liam pulling out a hook. Wait, where was that?
That was in DMT.
Oh, okay. Pulling out a hook from DMT Fairy. All right.
So the hook in bottom well is likely our long shot then.
Yeah, so it looks like to be long shot in there. Very interesting. Interestingly enough, the child spawn is the top of DMT, which is pretty nice because it trivializes the goal to get the skull from that crate, which is worth 6 points. So a really free 6 points for all players if they choose to save quit as child.
Not free points, though, is killing these skull kids. We've seen a few runners this season, even on Reach, have a hard time. Plop, no.
Went for the top of DC jump, failed. He won't be doing that again.
Didn't even land there, too. Like, no. That's the worst.
Oh, that's pretty devastating. Again, we were actually talking about this off stream. That jump, unless you've practiced it, is not free. Like, you can learn it, and once you have, it's fine. But holy shit, man, it's so risky if you've not done it a few times.
Yeah, it's really easy for the bomb flower just to mess up your angle.
Speaking of risky, Breadcoon is going for the dual skull kids here and nails it. So that's 5 points there.
Yeah, Breadcoon did a really good job of taking out all those skull kids.
Liam getting the second nut upgrade, so we are very nut healthy this seed.
Full of protein and natural fats.
Indeed, wonderful.
And it looks like Birdcoon got to Mido blocking the way and decided to, instead of swim out to Zora's River, play Requiem finally. And that's likely because we saw the hint that River is foolish. But some runners will still go down River to pick up beans, get those bean points, and then you can get hints. Yeah.
Blopper just getting the hint about that scrub. We did see on Cup Stream, not sure we mentioned earlier, there is a strength. Oh, Blopper! Jesus Christ, that was close. There is a strength in the Child Bazaar for 95 rupees and a very cheap Goron tunic.
I think the runners are hoping that they won't need the Goron tunic. But it's good to know.
Yeah, no one really wants to go into fire ever, but we will see if that comes into play. With that hammer being where it is quite unlikely we will see any fire temple.
Birdcoon's first into Deku with an actual Hylian shield, and we'll be able to see a little bit more of what's going on in here in terms of checks. We know they're going to walk out with at least blue fire.
They're messing up the moblin there. Take 2. There we go.
Some of these moblin strats, like, I know it's fairly safe with the shield up. It still just looks risky.
Yeah,
every time it just looks dangerous.
When you're playing it, you know it's okay, but visually it looks terrifying. It's like, what do you mean
absolutely.
you're running at it with a shield up? Like, what are you doing?
Bottom of the well entrance is Spirit Temple.
Okay,
that's tricky.
Interesting. Another bow, by the way, in the Chew Shop on Cup Stream for 180 rupees. So.
It's becoming a shop.
Oh, Plopper! I think he's okay.
Yeah, I don't think it did damage.
Oh God! I think even
That's
he
crazy.
thought I think even he thought he died there. God Almighty! Playing with fire. He's already been hit once. He's got 0 points. This is not. I think he's panicking a little here. Really not where you need to be. This Cup finds Song of Storms, which is a pretty nice find. Of course, Liam had it already because they've been in the well entrance. Okay, Plopper has successfully made it through Sacred Forest Meadow. I have lost about a stone in weight of sweat whilst watching him do that, but he did make it.
The beginning of the sea has been unsurprisingly lethal, as some of these seeds can be.
It's been interesting for sure. As gets there for 6 points. Yeah, Breadcoon needs to be a little careful there. You cannot jump down to the Deku Tree as a dog. You will take damage. So you need to be very careful with how you navigate that. Breadcoon is now on their second skull. I'm very interested to see how players navigate Skull this seed. Like I say, you get a second bottle fairly early. You know where a Rang is. If you're Liam, you've already got a hook shot. So this could be a fairly good 50 skull seed, all things considered.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be putting a lot of legwork here as Breadcoon pulled out ice arrows from the big chest down here in basement.
Okay, not bad. Can be really beneficial later. Isn't going to be of immediate use. Flopper managing to take down the first Skull Kid, not choosing to go for the other two. I wouldn't either at this stage with no fairies.
No, those are absolutely dangerous. And to your point earlier, talking about shortcuts, some viewers might notice there Birdcoon was able just to walk straight into Goma's door. That was the shortcut. Don't have to remind everyone that 23 is number 1. A nice quick Goma kill from Breadcoon there. We'll see what reward is on Goma, as also they get some points for defeating Goma.
Yeah, we'll see what dungeon it is as well, because again, if you're choosing to go for all songs, you really want this to be one of the Forest Water Fire Meds or one of the other stones. Ooh, Shadow Medallion, not ideal. It's a quick dungeon, so you've not exactly wasted time, but not going to help towards that larger goal there.
No.
Well, that's the boss down, and Breadcoon is on 19 points in 17 minutes. So that's pretty healthy for this early into a seed. No complaints of that, really.
Yeah. And then Liam finding another big chest in the back of Goron City Maze. Got to be careful knocking the Skulltula out of that box, though. Don't roll it into it from the right side, left side. Oh, there's another strength. So
Right.
now we know where 2 strengths are. One
Two
back
strength.
here and then one in the shop.
Fortress Foolish, which is quite nice. So yeah, I think we've got a lot of good info already. Two strengths is interesting, nice and early. We do have access to Spirit, and we have a Mirror Shield, so it's very, very likely that Spirit is just already fully beatable, unless there's some horrible key logic shenanigans. But I think with ZL, Hookshot, you know, the only thing that we're missing really is like magic and a fire source. So I'm pretty sure if players wanted to, they could go and beat Twin Rover almost immediately.
It's pretty deadly to go through, though. You got a lot to worry about going through there. Oh, and there's Ferrora's Wind and off Hot Rodder. So that's going to be convenient. Should we find magic soon?
Yeah, Spirit is lethal, but it is points dense. So again, I think if you've got a fairy, that's something you're like, yeah, let's go to Spirit, let's get a bunch of points. If you haven't got a fairy, so okay, well, how do I set up my next few goals without taking too many risks?
Absolutely. Definitely things LaPlopper and Cup are both worried about right now, having already taken a hit each.
For sure. Despite, by the way, despite Breadcoon having the most points, I think Liam's got the best route. Liam is really healthy with items. They've got Hookshot, they've got bombs, they've got strength, they know where a second one is, they've got Feroz Wind off Hot Rodder Goron as well, so I think generally they're going to be feeling pretty happy with themselves, even though they've not got all of the songs that they definitely could have done to further bolster that strong early route. As we see a deck of shield and another bomb bag in the Goron shop.
It's an expensive bomb gag, though, 195. And Breadcoon's following that blue fire idea, like we were discussing earlier, and just melting King's Ore right now, because Breadcoon does know that eye drops were at the end of a Damp Erase, having already done it, so they have prescription in their pocket.
Yeah, I respect it. It's still very unlikely anyone's getting a hammer this seed, because you kind of need opponents to make it work properly. Yeah, we'll see if anyone chooses to take that gamble. It's very, very unlikely to be a hard requirement for anything this seed, as we kind of know that we can beat 2 dungeons already. Don't know where light arrows are, of course, as we see Death Mountain Trail is path to Morpher on Breadcoon's side. That'll be that hook shot that Liam found, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. I was like, was it the bow? No, definitely the hook shot. And it looks like Breadcoon's going for the iceberg points here, jumping across all of those.
Yeah, no hovers, so it is a little bit more difficult. Do need to be a little careful of those Octoroks. One of those nuts was a little closer than he would have liked, but seems to be getting on okay. A couple more to go. Can check the entrance here. Doesn't really have many items for the dungeons that this might be, so it's probably just going to be a check and a leave. Yeah, the Dongo's Cavern, no explosives, no strength, so that's not really ideal, but at least he knows it's there.
Flopper trying to grab a few rupees before the gate closes.
Yeah. Check the chew shop. Not take any risks with fall damage here. I've not seen anyone do it this season, but you can... jumping for those rupees can hurt you sometimes if you've got the angle wrong. So do need to be slightly careful there, but it's fine. Now in Nighttime Market is going to see that other bow for sale, which is probably going to sting a little considering the gamble he took for that first bow. Still doesn't have that, of course, but also doesn't have a wallet, so without knowing where that is, can't buy this one anyway.
Yeah, we've already seen a lot of the second or third upgrades for some of these items, but we haven't seen a single wallet yet. I always feel like we find wallets sooner.
Yeah, there's 3 of those as well, so it's just... They shouldn't necessarily be too hard to find, but only 20 minutes in. That's plenty of locations to be searched for at this point. But yeah, as you say, we found 2 bomb bags, 2 bows. We found a hook shot. We know where a second hook shot is. 2 strengths. We have a magic on Liam's side as well. I believe Liam picked that up. Oh, speaking of wallets.
Found magic and then found wallet. Just all searching Hyrule Field.
Yeah.
Or searching Song of Storm Grottos.
Storm Grotto. Yeah, so Liam, genuinely, Liam is kind of god rowing this build.
Yeah, literally the only thing they didn't do that might have helped him was play Menu Up for Going Child. That's literally it. But otherwise, they have Boomerang, and then maybe they're looking at going into Jabu here.
I still don't know if they have ZL, but I'm not. You know, it's not going to be long before they manage to get that anyway. So yeah, I think Liam is going to be very healthy in terms of options. Maybe too many options. So you know, just needs to sit and think a little, work out his general strategy for the race. You know, it's you do need to consider your larger goals super early. Do you want to go for skulls? Do you want to go for songs? Do you think you can beat Ganon? Can you do both? So should have enough information right now to really start planning the rest of the race.
Yeah, this is definitely a scene where I can see why everyone took very different routes at the beginning. Little Plopper, I think, playing a little bit more aggressive on the dungeon side there, and just getting stung just because of how the availability of some of these items that just would have let them push further. Liam's definitely been playing a little bit more careful on the dungeon side, which has been paying off. Breadcoon's route hasn't been bad either, already getting a dungeon done. And then I think Cup's playing very careful, having already taken a hit.
Yeah, makes sense. Plopper was also playing slightly careful now. Hasn't wrote any points down. I know they do have some points, but won't be on too many. So yeah, it's like you've got Liam's efficiency versus like Bread's determination to get as many points as humanly possible as early as possible.
Looks like Liam's is mainly going for more overworld checks. Looks like they're going to go up into Lost Woods. I'm a little surprised. I got Jabu Jabu right there, but maybe it's also they're trying to maintain a certain time of day. As when we clear a dungeon, obviously that sets a certain time of day. So yeah, that's part of it.
It's possible. That Jabu is also dangerous, so even if you have a Rang and you find Jabu, it's not necessarily going to be something that you do straight away. You know, it's fairly easy to get back to at least, so you can be like, okay, that's there, that's good to know, but I'll come back later. You know, once you've understood what sort of risks you want to take and whether that is going to be one of your dungeons for sort of like Ganon access.
Yeah, true.
But with a fairy, I think I'm definitely in. If I'm in Liam's position, if I've got a fairy, I'm definitely just doing Jabu at that point.
Yeah, fairy boomerang. You can knock a lot of Skulltulas really quickly in Jabu. It's definitely a tempting play.
Yeah. Now, the Plopper just found a very, very interesting hint. They just found Market Path to the Hero. Now, that means something in Market directly leads to either Light's magical bow, which is Ganon's completion. We know where 2 bows are. Never mind, we know where 3 bows are, as Liam just found another one on a scrub. We know where the magic is. So it is very likely something in Market is path to light arrows, either directly or indirectly. So it could just be lights. Could be lights on Treasure Chest Game. Could be lights on Big Pose. Or it's strength. Strength is going to put the fear of God into people, because that could mean anything. That could mean lights are in Light Trial. That could mean lights are behind Strength 2 in GTG. So yeah, that is not great to read, because it means that one of your win conditions has potentially died, unless you find a few more strengths or manage to work out where that might lead to. So fingers crossed it is just lights on something like Treasure Chest Game.
Yeah. I was just thinking of the checks that we saw, and I was just like, well, we haven't seen Treasure Chest Game, and I think, to your point, there's pretty high odds that the item's just on that, which means we gotta go find Lens. Liam already found magic.
Yeah, but as I said, could be Big Pose as well, so we might need opponents. to logically beat Ganon this seed, unless players decide to try and cheese Big Pose, which of course you can do with a bow or bomb chews.
The bomb shoe. I haven't seen the bomb shoe cheese in a while.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've forgotten the bomb chew strat because it's so rare that you ever need to even think about it. It's just unbelievably niche.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Liam going through Sacred Forest Meadow. Made it out this. Okay, back up to here to check the Song of Storms Grotto.
Yeah, interestingly choosing to do it frontwards, even though they have minuet, but I guess, you know, there's familiarity of knowing the route, doing it the front way instead of the back way is fine. You also gotta have a slight awkwardness of if you do it backwards and you've not killed the wolf host, you do need to sort of kill it through the gate, which can be a bit annoying.
That's true.
Plopper is in Lon Ranch, and it's night time. We will see if they choose to go for the Gwei goal here. Can be a little finicky. Is a little risky. Should be fine. You know, as long as you kind of just keep moving, you're kind of okay. But again, the Plopper has taken some damage already, so...
Some of those might not be aware. What's specifically the Gwei goal?
So the Gwei goal is you need to hit 4 Gweis with 1 Deku Nut. Now, the way that you'll see the Plopper do this is you sort of run around the little shadows you see on the ground, try and get a bunch together, try and get them to follow you, and then just sort of turn around, hope that you've managed to get 4, as he has, and then bam. 1 Deku Nut, 4 stunned Gweis, and 4 lovely points.
Not too bad. Just got to be aware of where the Gweis are, as long as you can keep them in your frame of mind. Obviously, Gweis are very scary, as I'm sure many people have been scarred by the Lake Hylia ones. They'll just come out from nowhere and hit you. Or my favorite one's the Desert Colossus ones, because like you forget they're there half the time.
Yeah, and that can be anywhere. Like you can be on the ground getting a skull and they'll snipe you. You can be on the beanstalk and they'll hit you off it. Like that, man. Those Gweis.
They find a way to the path to just the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Truly are stealth bombers.
Bottom of the Well's path to Twin Rova. Did we see that earlier?
Okay, interesting. I don't think we did see that hint.
Well, we already have Mirror Shield, so we found 2 strengths already.
Yeah, we found 2 strengths, Mirror Shield. We have Spirit Access, so that is that's probably a fire source. If there's some key shenanigans. I'm not sure if, like, there's a world where it's long shot because of a small key being on the right hand, but because the long shot is hinted through Dampe, I'm not sure if both of those things can be the same. But I would put money on it being a fire source.
Yeah, I'd agree. I was thinking the same thing about the Dampe hint, because I was like, I don't know how Dampe hint works with the stone hints.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that crossover, to be honest.
Yeah, if it's not a fire source, then maybe long shot. Also, shouts to Liam for checking Dampe. So yeah, I think part of leaving Kokiri when they did was to maintain that time of day, since they were almost night.
Yeah, it's possible. They did skip Sun Song as adults, so of course their time of day is going to be a little bit more awkward than basically everyone else who managed to get that the first time around. That is, again, as we've mentioned, the only real negative of Liam's route thus far is that they don't have ZL and Suns. Item-wise, though, living it large and
oh, absolutely. Like you said, they're spoiled for choices in terms of dungeons, should they want to go into them right now, but of course there's some danger in there, so getting some safer overworld points, I don't really blame them for. Maybe they're trying to find something more comfortable to do. They are going to finally check Royal Family Tune, though. I also do want to point out that finally everybody is in Child for the first time, so we are now seeing everyone else go around and chase the check swords. There's LaPlopper finding the 3rd bow. Ecstatic about that.
Yeah.
Cop being very careful going through these Deku Babas, staying up and spinning. I was watching one of our runners this season, Hyper, doing a practice race yesterday, and he mentioned, I'm not afraid of these Deku Babas, but these Deku Babas in front of Deku now scare me. Like KO. Then Liam gonna get some easy points here, without sidestepping or backwalking through the royal family tomb.
Yep, just going to a fairly safe jump slash in the redead here. Isn't strictly necessary, but just to keep safe and not risk any weird Z-target shenanigans. An easy enough kill.
Birdcoon went back and bought the cheap Goron tunic, so I don't think they're going to prioritize that, but they have it in their mind that, well, I'm here, I have the rupees, might as well grab it in case I need it.
Yeah, I agree. It's you're not really going to be like, if you're playing this sort of seed, you either are in the mindset of opening hearts chests, or you're not in the mindset of opening heart chests, because you're never going to need sort of the counter to worry about. So if you don't get hearts and don't open them from chests, you are more likely to buy that tunic just to cover yourselves. If you open hearts, you're less likely to need the tunic because you're already on 6-7. It's like, well, it's fine. I don't necessarily need this. Liam is about to get their Zelda's Lullaby and found their Deku Tree, so they are going to have a good chunk of things to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Has just chose to do the Deku Tree, which is fine as long as they remember to come back out and get the song, because there's a world they beat Deku Tree, spawn outside, and forget that they ever didn't get the song in the first place.
Yeah, I've definitely been in that situation with dungeon entrance randomizer. That's why every time I go into Spirit Temple entrance, I immediately walk out. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll come back if it's something I want to do now, but I can't forget the song, please.
Yeah, now I'm not saying that I may have done that this seed, but there's a reason I mentioned it, so something to be careful of.
Well, Plopper opening up Dornio's room. Oh, we're gonna see a Saria check. Let's go.
Yeah, we've got the music, we've got the tunes.
We're here. Let's do it.
Get this party started.
All right, nothing exciting from Durnia today. So if anyone decides to skip Saria's check, they're going to be fine today.
Yeah, no issues there really. But the Plopper is going to find their Forals Wind on Hot Rodder, should they choose to do it, so that'll feel quite nice. Still no magic yet, but they're not going to be far away to pick that up from Lost Woods, I would imagine. Also, they're going to probably find their wallet quite soon. So, yeah, it's going to be in a somewhat similar position to Liam. But I think Liam finding that hook shot is definitely the thing that has given him the most knowledge advantage thus far.
Yeah, because none of these other runners have yet save and quit to check what child spawn is, which I don't blame them for. They had a lot of actionable things to do, and, you know, if it's not somewhere near market, that's an annoying place to have to walk back to.
Yeah, it's a tough one to convince yourself to do when when you do go childs. Like, well, why would I need to? You know, everything kind of works. You've got warp songs, you've got items to do, you've got places to go that feel good to get to. So it's like, do I want to risk that and spawn like on the fortress side of Valley? No. So, yeah, I get it.
Raccoon did nut the Gways.
Yeah.
So again, being very aggressive on grabbing those points early, already having pretty much 3 times the amount of points from our other runners, only about twice as much as Liam, but definitely different strategies. And with Laplopper and Cup, playing more aggressive on points can be a little bit scary if you're going to those combat-oriented ones. And we have to remember that Breadcoon's the only one who's finished a dungeon so far, which netted them quite a few points. So we'll probably see Liam start closing the gap a little bit here.
Yeah, he's feeling healthy. Breadcoon, another bit of a latecomer to Battle Royale generally, but has been keeping up with some of the top runners in terms of points and races, so they've been doing well for themselves. Laplopper, I think the first person to technically have strength 2 there, picking up that strength in the maze. So technically we are only a strength away from, like, worst case scenario, sort of like DEFCON 5, Ganon tells you lights are in his castle, and you're like, oh shit, here we go. So you know that will feel okay once they learn of a potential problem with that path to the hero.
Mm-hmm. Raccoon about to pull a big item here out. I think the Scrub Grotto had something cool. Oh, cool. Had money. That's cool. Oh, I had money in it. That's kind of neat. Well, Plopper got wind. We know magic is accessible, so we might see that being used.
Yeah, it's really nice to have in Dungeon ER generally. So, oh, bread!
Oh, bread!
Why?
No!
Oh dear, just like, do they just not have a Deku shield? They're like, oh, I can do this. They need to
they
save
do
quit.
not.
They need to save quit. Oh dear, yeah. I think they were just sort of trying to, I don't know, free ball it. It's like, I'll be fine. I don't, because you can't use Deku nuts for the goal. If you use Deku nuts, it's you've sacrificed the goal, and you can try again. But honestly, without a shield, it's fucking hard. It's so hard to get done. So yeah, again, one of those things that once you learn that this is difficult or this is dangerous, you won't do it again. But because of that, is kind of forced into a save quit and gets their hookshot. So the silver lining on that hit there, as 3 of 4 of our runners on Restream have now been damaged at least once.
At least this is good consolation prize, because not only just the hook shot, but we can get the Skulltula up here for some more points. And our runners keep wandering into heart containers, so you have a pretty generous fire timer. So you can take your time and see what's down here on the wall and everything.
Yeah, no big concerns. Cup is... Now, last race, Cup really struggled with Sacred Forest Meadow. They got hit once, and then it did eventually navigate their way through it. Is choosing to just bypass the Moblins at this point. I think that's fine for now. Again, something that you might want to just do the front way anyway, because you sort of know the patrol patterns and where they spawn. Breadcoon is just using Deku Nuts now to not take that gamble of going to Lost Woods and Kakiri Forest, which is fine. Again, yeah, just because you skip a goal doesn't mean that you can't go back and do it again, so...
Yeah, absolutely. They all have minuets, and getting back here is easy, and even if you want to start it from the front, you could always just jump right across, enter, then come back in.
Yeah.
And the Plopper being very careful next to these Waltulas.
Yeah, they're not friendly. The one above the platform is a bit of a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, be careful! Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
I'm glad Plopper did not hesitate there. Just said, "I'm just gonna keep going." Which Liam is. Don't leave, Liam. You gotta go back in and get your song, please. Don't leave. Oh no, Liam.
Yeah, there it is.
Just what was warned about.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that.
Plop is going to be pretty devastated because they just climbed this wall to get this goal, and they did it successfully without knowing that their save location is literally right there. They also don't have bombs, so they can't get the hookshot from Trail unless they pick up some bombs here, which they might do. They might pick up some bombs, do this boulder, and leave, and then check the ferry as well. But it's going to need to get a little lucky.
Wow, these drops are being vicious.
Yeah,
wow.
These rocks suck. I find that the first time you go through those rocks, you'll get absolutely nothing. But if you sort of reload the area, normally it's a bit more generous.
Interesting. They're going for the further rocks. No
joy. So I think they're probably going to leave and then come back. That does need to be careful. They've got 8 seconds, 7 seconds,
scaring me here.
8 seconds. Should be fine. Should be fine.
All right. Breadcoon found their wallet. It's going to go straight into the shop here. Likely pick up Boomerang. I don't think the shop had a shield. They're going to need to find a shield.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to go into Jabba without a Deku shield.
No.
Now, Cup is going for jump slash strats in Sacred Frost Meadow. Oh, the Plopper! Oh, he left. That's going to feel rough. Hopefully he save quits. fairly soon, and with bombs, so he can actually get that hook shot. But yeah, as I was saying, Cup is taking a little bit of a risk here. Is fine, but I've not really seen jump slash strats being a viable strategy thus far. But has one moblin to go, and then yeah, it should be okay. Unfortunately, that moblin is the slowest moblin possible because it's right at the far end, got the full length to walk towards them, and then they've got to walk all the way back. So it's going to be in this little pond for about 30 more seconds.
Yeah, this Moblin also seems to have eyes in the back of its head. I don't know why, I just feel like this Moblin is way better at sniping you than the other ones.
I hate this Moblin. I hate this Moblin with passion.
He's miserable. I hate him. Alright, Liam
skull
walking
check.
in, sees
Oh, no, go on,
Jabu
you
and
first.
goes, oh yeah, we're doing Jabu finally. Let's go.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's a pretty good play. Liam has the benefit of having their fairy, unlike the rest of our runners, so he's going to feel a little bit more confident with this anyway. The Plopper is now up to, I think, 12 or 13 skulls. Breadcoon is up to 11 last time I saw it, so doing okay on skulls so far. Is at 43 minutes. I think they're going to be fairly happy with that number, and will still feel that 50 skulls is achievable. Breadcoon especially, because they've got a hook shot. But yeah, Plopper is using bugs as well. So yeah, I think has identified skulls as a goal for themselves. Liam choosing to go for the full Jabu clear. You don't need to do these with the shortcut on. You can just go beat Baronade, but is trying to get the bonus points from defeating the tentacles. Obviously, there's a couple of checks locked behind them as well, so might be considering that. But yeah, will manage to bag themselves a few more points. Catching up with Breadcoon a little on 22. But Breadcoon is also in Jabu.
No fairy, no Kokiri sword, no Deku shield. I'm going in that whale. Like, just straight in.
Yeah,
Alright,
okay.
dude, let's see it.
I mean, I guess the shield doesn't do much for you in Jabu. You don't really defend yourselves against anything.
I love crouching, though. It's very comfortable. It's nice on my knees.
Is good, but you don't need to crouch stab anything. Like, if you skip the boomerang chest, you're kind of fine. Like, the tentacles, you just walk around anyway. The Shabomb room, you just use some Deku nuts. You don't need to do the Octorok at all. You don't crouch stab Baronade, really. So, yeah, I guess they're okay.
Yeah, my main concern was if they were going to go do the boomerang chest or try and get the Skulltula out of basement. Those rays can be a pain in the ass, especially if you can't crouch stab them.
Yeah, the benefit of the benefit of route on floor 1 is you can just you can go backwards for the basement skull. Like, you can go just drop down into the where that platform is and go the back way, and it's fairly safe, because you can kind of just open the door the second you go in. You kill the Shabombs, cut with a nice kill on the Skull Kids, but yeah, it's not too bad. However, if you've got Ruto, it's a lot worse.
Yeah.
Plopper is in Child Spirit. We have not seen a Child Spirit dip yet.
No, we haven't.
God! Oh, careful!
Worst spot to stop!
Jesus Christ!
Just like spikes come by in the cutscene, like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, that triggered a little earlier than he thought there, but is okay. I'm a bit nervous about the Stalfos. No Kokiri sword makes this a little harder than you want it to be. Should still be fine.
That stick's treasure right now.
Okay,
Ooh, okay,
yeah,
good.
nails it.
Good nut and good
It's
crouch
fine.
stab.
Now, they don't have anything to drop this. Yeah, they don't have Rang, don't have Slingshot, or Bomb Choose. So even though they get the Stalfos hit, which is nice, and it is a good 3 points, they can't set themselves up for a Spirit Dive, they can't get the Skull, they can't do the Silver Rupee reward. So yeah, they're not going to feel super accomplished with that Spirit Dive.
No. Liam and Breadcoon on the same... Oh, man. Tentacle. I was like, what is this enemy called again? I always want to call it something that's wrong. They're going through Jabu in reverse orders. So Liam starting with the full clear method, and Breadcoon starting on the other side. They just kind of met up.
For me, this is the worst room in Jabu. This third tentacle, those berries. For some reason, that tentacle doesn't play ball with me. It just chooses to come down at slightly different times than the other two would, and the berries make it awkward. So yeah, I hate that room with a passion.
Yeah, it's a scary room in one hit KO for sure, and it can be frustrating outside of that even.
But speaking of scary rooms, both of them very, very close to heading into Baronade. Now, Baronade has a secondary goal of throwing a pot to damage it during the boss fight. I've not seen anyone go for it yet. I do not expect that to change. There's no way Bread is going for that, because they're only on one heart. Sorry, one life. But I can't imagine Liam choosing to go for that either, to be perfectly honest.
Now, when we interviewed our runners on one of the restreams and asked them about that question, as we did see some Baronade kills and a death in Baronade, we asked any of them, is doing pot worth it? And they're just like, the pot throw is not worth it. Like, I got it once in practice. You just usually end up getting hit doing it. And it's very important to keep the cycle on Baronade so you can manage that fight. So anything to delay that makes it very dangerous.
Yeah, I think that might be something that's workshopped in a potential Season 3, is that one. Just to see its viability, see if there is a safer strat of doing it. But Breadcoon now has all of the skulls of Jabu, as well as Liam, so both of those, they'll be feeling quite happy with that. Liam took this room very safely, killed every single Barry that was in the room, taking no risks, but hey, it's paying off so far. 22 points onto Baronade. Baronade is worth 8 points, so it'll be a real injection here. But Breadcoon, if they beat Baronade, is going to get to 50 points sub-hour, which is a really strong position to be in.
Yeah, it did look like they had to leave to go out and get some more sticks, but they've already completed, the entire back half of Jabu, so not a huge deal.
Yeah, Liam just about managing to nail this. Oh, was a little too early on the first rang throw. Now, as a few of our runners have said in the past, if you make a mistake on Jabu, sometimes you should just save quit, but does manage to recover. Gets the first hit, and at this point, should be fine. You're not really going to get hit after you manage to nail it the first time, unless you start... Oh!
Oh, then you gotta evoke it.
Oh, no!
Walked into the wrong...
Oh, they just walked. They didn't roll on... They still had... Oh,
no!
Oh my goodness. It was going so well for Liam, and they just didn't roll. And
that's our first restream elimination at 50 minutes, 26.
Liam was doing so well. They had such a good route.
Yeah, they were, but
man.
that's one hit KO. You can just lose everything very quickly.
Yeah, that's super devastating. Baseball, feel free to roll. Anyone else in that you feel is fine.
That's our first elimination this week, because you said there was 3 asyncs, and I'm guessing the 3 async racers were still in it at this point.
Yeah, 3 async racers have not finished at this stage. So yeah, that is, as you say, the first elim, and yeah, I'm really gutted for Liam. They had a great route, and as I was saying just before that, it's like if you mess up in Baronade, the best option is to save quit. No matter how far through it you are, like just leave. You lose your composure, and any further mistake, you are going to get hit. So it's a hard lesson to be learned. As we now have Ink on stream. Obviously, we don't know much about Ink's route. However, they do manage. It does look like they have bombs, arrow, bow, hookshot, barrels, all of the shields, various songs. So look to be fairly healthy. They have beaten 1 dungeon. It looks like they've beaten Jabu for the Forest Medallion, as we are going to see Breadcoon with that reward as well. So that's a pretty nice Pretty nice pickup from that dungeon. It does get you an extra song and Temple of Time.
But they have yet to find magic, which we didn't mention it, but Cup picked up magic earlier. So looks like Ink might... Oh, no, the Plopper.
I didn't even see it.
No.
What happened? Where are they?
I don't know. I missed it. Their stream buffered right at that moment, and then it skipped, and then they got hit.
Are they in, like, river?
They were in river. They just did frogs, too, so I think they got sniped by...
Oh, no. No, I know exactly what's happened. They tried to kill the skull with a bomb, and they were too close to it and died. Oh. Oh, no, that's devastating. Well, 2 very quick deaths in succession there. That is rough. I'm going to reach out to both Liam and the Plopper, see if they want to join. But yeah, that's unfortunate. As we shuffle in Durax as the lovely Skull Kid.
Yeah, already found magic up to 37 points already, doing very well. Looking at their item count here, still no Kokiri sword, so that's still kind of out in the ether. But they got boomerang. They've done a... They have 37 points and they haven't done a dungeon yet, I think, but they're going to Njabu right now. Cup going back into Lon Lon Lanch's Child, and Durax playing the opening room Njabu very carefully. Not choosing to run by the Octorocks. I'm wondering if they already got hit and lost their fairy.
Yeah, that's a very cautious entrance, Njabu there. It's very... I don't think I've seen anyone just kill those Octos.
I know.
But, hey, if you're not confident, if you're panicking a little bit, don't take any further risks. Just play it safe. So...
Oh, then they got shot in the back by the other Octo!
What was that snipe? That was insane! I've never seen that snipe in my life! That Octo has been waiting all of his life for that hit.
It's like dominoes over here on Restream. Every time we put someone on Restream, this is immediately like they just start following each other, taking hits in the back.
God, I've genuinely never seen that.
Yeah, that Octo Rock. I don't know how Durax moved through that room, but something about that Octo Rock came up early and just was very aggressive.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, but as I was just saying, if you don't want to take any risks, just play it safe. Durax could have just let that platform go all the way down and just ended the door, and because the platform lands on the Octo, so it doesn't spawn right. But just chose to jump down a little early, spawned the Octo. But yeah, rough.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Birdkin going into Zora's shop. I don't know if you actually saw Zora's shop, and it sure enough has gold scale in it. So there's our second scale upgrade. 200 rupees. And then Durax getting another bottle. And it looks like Ink might be going to Adult now, heading into Temple of Time. As Cup is doing Hyrule Field movement here, heading towards Gerudo Valley entrance, it looks like.
Yeah, I've not actually seen much of Field, so interesting to see if anything turns up here.
No, Liam and Cup have been spending more time in the overworld than the other runners that we've seen on Restream. I don't think Liam made it over here, though, so I think this is their first peek at West Hyrule Field.
Ink picking up Bolero there from the prelude check. That's pretty nice. More
go for bean points.
Better. The one thing that we are missing this seed is a good way back to the temple, as we mentioned earlier. No sign of prelude. Both both save spawn locations aren't fantastic, so is going to play into the late game as we find Nocturne in DMC. So again, good warp song, but no, still no prelude. And we know where Serenade is as well. So yeah, changing ages sucks a bit.
Ooh, a Stone of Agony. Cool. And Breadcoon going to pick up a fish here. Going to see what's inside Jabu entrance as Ink checks Forest Temple entrance to find Ice Cavern, and is going to warp out of there immediately.
Yeah. Perfectly understand. To be fair, Ink has everything they need to have a good ice cavern. So there's no reason to. The only reason to not do it at that stage is just, nah, I don't want to take the risk. But choosing to go in the forest entrance is vanilla, so a couple of very free points on these Wolfos. We did get a hint earlier that Forest Temple was foolish. So we'll see if they choose to beat Forest, just get the sort of early points, or what they plan to do. There are some deeper goals in Forest, which don't feel as good to do if you know you're not going to get any items for, sort of like for definite. So yeah, we'll wait and see.
We're also finally seeing bottom of the well here on Breadcoon's side, so looks like the entrance to Javu's here.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome in,
GG, LaPlopper. Very, very unfortunate there.
I don't really know what I've done. Like, I didn't see myself shell drop a bomb, so I was like, why there was an explosion? So I don't know what I've done with my input.
Yeah, we were a little unsure what happened as well. I think there, not only did on our side you had a very small buffer, but we were like, what the hell just happened? Because literally just before you, Liam got double tapped, so the focus was very much on his side of things. But yeah, that was it looked like, as you say, you sort of accidentally pulled out a bomb trying to kill the skull on the ladder. Is that correct?
Yeah, I should have dropped it somewhere. I didn't even pay attention to this, to be honest. I just pulled a bomb and I tried to just throw it to the skull to be a little bit safe. And when I fall back, I took an explosion damage and I was like, where did that explosion come from? So
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my VOD now to see what I've done.
Maybe those Octos have upgraded their ammo.
Explosive rounds.
Bomb seeds instead. We've seen a lot. We've already seen some dangerous Octos in this race, so it wouldn't surprise me. As Burrito was just put in chat, we did find Din's fire in bottom of the well there, so it looks like that Twin Rover path could be that fire source. Ink now taking on some Stalfos in Forest. But yeah, another sort of unfortunate death on your side with the jump to the top of DC. Is that something you've practiced much, or just something you thought you needed to go for?
I just tried to YOLO it and failed.
Yeah, it's a rough one. If you've not done it before, it's, you know, the angle is quite precise. Once you know it, you're fine. But if you, it does take a couple of attempts to get right. So it's unfortunate that happened to result in a hit. And of course, with their I'm not sure if you saw this one, but there's 3 bows accessible in this seed.
Yeah, I found the one in the shop, but I didn't have the wallet, and I found the one in Lost Woods afterwards.
Yeah, it's not ideal. A bit of an insult added to injury for that one for you on your side for sure.
Yeah, when I found the one in Slow Food, I was like, damn, that's fairy.
Yeah, but there's not much you can do. If you see it, you're like, well, that might be it, and you might just have to go for it. Obviously, you could potentially just bean it, you know. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just plant the bean later, but it is slow. It is you know, very, very cautious and could waste a lot of time.
Yeah, so, I know in RSL, back in like season 5, I know that it was in Logic to pick it up with a fairy in a bottle, so I wasn't sure if the bow could lock a bomb or strength. That's why I think to YOLO the jump.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it can be in Logic with a fairy in the bottle. I remember in season 1 I was sort of like, oh, do I just disable that check? And then during the sort of practice before the season kicked off, players did find that sort of jump, and I was like, okay, well, if the jump is reasonable, I guess it's fine, but it's still, yeah, you know, one of those deaths that I've said to Burrito this whole time. It's like, you died to that once, and you'll never die to it again.
I tried it because I YOLO'd it. I think it was season 1. I managed to YOLO it, so I was like, maybe I can do it again. To be honest, when I grabbed the ledge, I was like, oh, maybe, and then no, I just fell and died.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. Breadcoon managing to get a few extra points in the bottom of the well, doing the coffin room. Ink is making their way through Forest Temple. I'm not sure Ink has the Forest is Foolish hint, interestingly, so they are sort of gunning for a bit more checks than I would have imagined them doing.
LaPlopper, this seed, we watched you play pretty early on, going into Deku and checking Deku early and playing a bit more aggressive. How did you feel about your routing for this seed?
I got pretty unlucky on the bomb drop. I could have done top DMT and DMC if I had some.
Look.
Otherwise,
You're gonna hate this, by the way. Do you know where your save spawn was as child?
no.
The top of Death Mountain Trail.
Well, it's okay. I climbed it all the way. It's okay. I tried to scale because I lost the ferry early. I was like,
Yeah.
now that I'm not safe anymore, maybe I should try to aim for like the late game goal. I'm not a really fan of All Song because I think it takes too much time, but 50 scales can be manageable, especially if you empty your bottles this early on. You're free to pick up bugs and just do scales.
Yeah, with a early rang on the cards as well. I'm not sure. Did you find the wallet?
No.
No. Yeah, there was a wallet. I think it was Lost Woods.
It's Kokiri song.
Oh yeah, Kokiri Storms was a
Oh
wallet,
yeah,
so...
I pay a lot through Guarantee.
Yeah, so
I
there
planned
was a wallet.
on getting back with Minuet and to SFM as a child. I never done it without a Deku Shield, so I didn't try it with my Helium. But I plan to get back to do the SFM maze and just finish Lost Woods and do Harry's Song of Storm. And
Yeah,
then I would
makes
have
sense.
probably tried my save walk to get back adult. And maybe I would have finished Deku Tree also because it's a free bean planted and 3 points.
Yeah, it's also a potential progress towards Ganon's as well, of course, so it's always optimal to get that open as soon as you can. Now, what we don't know on Restream is where the light arrows are. I'm not sure if did you find the path to the hero hint?
Yeah, it was market, right?
Yeah, so we are speculating what that means for this seed, because that could definitely cause some problems.
But there was a strength and guarantee, I believe.
Yeah, strength 1. Obviously, we saw the bow in the shop, but it can't be that. We saw a bomb bag, but it can't be that. We saw the Goron tunic, but it probably isn't that because there's another tunic available behind the wallet, which we have access to. Durax!
That's
Durax
Durax's
taking
second
the
hit.
Stelphos, and they are down.
It could also be in the trial, be on strength 3, because I don't remember where it was, but I got second strength somewhere, and it was
Yeah,
not
you got it
like
in
the first one.
Goron City. There was a strength 2.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
you're the only person I think have actually got strength 2 on the stream. But yeah, it's either just like on chess minigame or it's on big pose, or it could be behind, as you say, it could be like light trial or something. So yeah, we have lost Durax. I will reach out to see if they want to join as Cola reads the hint that the Megaton Hammer is on Bigoron, as we've seen before,
And
which
Cola
is horrible.
just
Oh, Cola!
damage hopping down for the top of Zora's River.
Wow, that is a horrible death. Oh, dearie me.
I think baseball's eliminating more runners than the game is at this point.
Yeah.
She just keeps putting them on restream, then immediately they take a hit.
Cola panicking a little here, or I'm not sure what's happening.
I think so. The Octorok to his right popped up, so I think he's debating whether or not he's safe from that Octorok.
No, I think Cola is dead. I think Cola died and didn't drop their fairy and has died a second
I think you're right.
Oh.
So is just dead. So
Damn.
unbelievably, at 1 hour and 5 minutes, we're down to 3. Okay, well let me reach out to Cola and Durax. I didn't expect us to have such a watch party going this early.
We mentioned this earlier, but it was really Cup and Liam in contention for potentially being eliminated this week, as we're seeing one person eliminated for their total score. Liam was ahead, and Liam still had more points than Cup does so far. Liam, I think, died with a 24 in their score, something around that. Cup's at 17, so if Cup can stay alive and squeeze out a good amount of points, which, you know, they still have about an hour and a half to do that, they could make a comeback and stay in this week. But they have taken a hit, so...
So, Baseball, who else do you want to die? Because it feels like everyone is sort of at your peril at this stage. Feel free to just name someone, and we'll keep tabs on them. We'll say a prayer. Breadcoon and Ink now doing incredibly well versus everyone else that was in the race. So yeah, again, a bit of a surprise with this one, with the amount of elims. And again, no async finishes so far.
Everyone's safe. Baseball's out of fodder.
Yeah, fair. I mean, you can just, like, at this point, Baseball could just wish for someone else during a different game and bring them on. They're streaming an entirely different race and they'd still die. Sorry, Baseball. Sorry, we brought you on and unfortunately your run is over. Durax and Cola are in the waiting room, Baseball. If you could please drag them in. Be amazing. We have a Durax, GG Durax.
Hello.
And we have a Cola, GG Cola.
GG.
Two very quick deaths on the restream there for the both of you. Hard luck. I have to ask Cola first, because we didn't have you on restream for the whole race. We only had you on for about 5 minutes. So
okay.
Just what happened there?
Well, I grabbed the ledge and I didn't make the jump, so I died.
Yeah, it was more you had a fairy, but also you stopped. Did you get hit earlier and still had a fairy in the inventory?
I got hit in Sacred Forest Meadow just trying to run past the first moblin, and it hit me, so I reset quickly before it triggered the second death because those double killed.
Gotcha. Right. So you still just had the fairy in the ball because of the reset.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Gotcha. Fair enough. And that jump death looked very, very unfortunate. It must be said.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right? I kind of knew this possibility to get fall damage there, but it's unfortunate anyways.
Yeah, and Durax with one of the snipes of the century from the Jabu Octorok. None of us were expecting that Octo to hit you at all, but somehow managed to get you from that position.
I'm surprised it fired so early, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm shocked you got hit by that Octo. I've never been so surprised that you took damage. So that was very unfortunate. And then of course the Child Stalfos and Spirit is a fickle beast. That one I'm less shocked at because it can be a bit of a bastard and just unfortunately succumb to it.
Yeah, I just have to stop doing these things that, like, my gut says, don't do Jabu. And then I go into do Jabu because, oh, I'm here, why not just grab those points? Instead I could have gone like Deku or something else. I don't know why I'm taking such like dumb risks.
Yeah, very... I mean, to be fair, Jabu is pretty good. You got a rang. It's like, well, you know, it is good points to get. So I can definitely understand it. And yeah, Child Spirit again. You either get lucky with that Stalfos or just don't. It can be a literal nightmare with that guy. But yeah, unfortunate finishes for both of you this week. We've only got 3 runners left in the race, which is quite incredible at an hour. With Liam taking a double tap off Baronade, was doing really well routing wise, sort of had a bit of a god route going on, honestly, but unfortunately took a double tap.
Oh wow, you can get double tap by Baronade.
Well, you can't, but Liam So they didn't get the iframe roll into Baronade and just sort of stood up a little too early. So they just got hit. And then as soon as they stood up, they just got electrocuted. So yeah, pretty unfortunate Baronade fight. Obviously, as we kind of know at this point, if you make a mistake in Baronade, the best thing to do is just leave. But you know, sometimes you think you can recover from a situation, and it's like, no, I'll be fine, and then no, you're just not fine. Baronade takes no prisoners. Thankfully, both of you are safe, and likewise yourself, LaPlopper, safe this week. This is not a round elimination; it's a total score. So you do have that blessing. But it is now down to Morning Cup to see if they can get another 80 or so points to topple Liam. That is the current goal for them to avoid elimination. They are still going, but obviously they got hit very, very early, so they've not been taking many risks at all. And is only on 17 points. Bread, however, is on 66. And Ink is on 68, so doing quite well between them at the moment.
I guess people did Forest then, right? 4 points or something.
I think Ink has just left Forest. I don't think they beat Forest. Breadcoon has been... Sorry, Brio. Say again.
Oh, they did the front of Forest, and then they just went down to Phantom Ganon, so they didn't like go to the back.
Oh, so okay, so they at least beat Phantom Ganon. Fair play. Yeah. Breadcoon has not done Forest. Breadcoon, honestly, has been going pretty wild with points. They had about 50 points in 40 minutes. It's been doing very, very well. But they managed to... They've done Bottom of the Well, they've done Jabu, they've done Deku Tree. So, you know, has managed to rack up a few points just throughout those dungeons and sort of a lot of the overworld goals. So it's been going quite strongly. Some of the item placements this seed are pretty awful. The Megaton Hammer being on Big Oron with a save quit, almost hard required save quit eye drops was pretty brutal.
Yeah, you technically could have Song of Time and then do it that way, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would imagine the three of you did Dampe Grave fairly early and then found eye drops and were like, well, I guess I just have to save quit here.
Yeah, the thing is, the eye drops are also in the big chest and not on like the freestanding items, so you can't leave it.
Yeah, that was a nasty one. I'm not sure if any of you had the hint before picking up the eye drops.
No.
Yeah, I was in the same position as the async. I was man, imagine having that hint prior, because you can still save quit after finding them. Just don't keep them, but you've got to get quite lucky and have a decent save in order to do that. So, unfortunate placement there. I'm not sure what hook shots, if any, you guys would have found.
I did find both.
You found both. Sorry, did you say you found both, Color?
Yeah, I hit both.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, the Death Mountain Trail one was a bit mean, because you could just save quit and walk backwards and get that hook shot instead of
that's what I did.
Yeah, so that was an interesting place for it, and then obviously the Bottom of the Well one hinted through Dampe, which was a couple of people's long shot, must be said. So not quite the first hook shot that people expect from that Dampe hint.
Yeah, it was my long shot as well.
Yeah, for sure. But I was saying to LaPlopper before you two came on, did you get the Path to the Hero hint?
I didn't.
Yeah, so there is a Market Path to the Hero hint. Speculation right now is that light arrows are either on treasure chest minigame or big pose, or light arrows are hard strength locked by something. We have strength 2 as well, so it could be like a strength 2 check, or it could be a strength 3 check. Unsure.
Could just be light trial, right?
Yeah, it could easily be light trial, but yeah, that's the I think the only real mystery left of this seed is sort of like where lights are going to end up being. We've got some fairly solid item locations at this point, so there's most of the seed is somewhat solved. Like I said, Liam earlier did have a bit of a god route going on and did sort of give us all of those locations sort of sub 30 minutes, which is quite incredible. But yeah, that's the last mystery really.
Has anyone found the hovers yet?
No, we've not found.
No.
I've not seen anyone pick up hovers just yet, or irons for that matter.
Because I was just aggressively trying to find hovers because I like to do shadow.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we've even found shadow, to be honest.
I
Oh, really?
didn't find it.
I think
On my way to Ice Cavern, so maybe it could have been there.
no, Ice Cavern. The Ice Cavern entrance is to Dongo's Cavern, so I think shadow is either water or GTG.
Okay.
We have water access with the double scale.
Yeah, long shot and gold scale does mean we can get in there, but no one has gone for that just yet.
Yeah.
There's no Serenade because that's on Burning Cack, so that makes it pretty awkward to get there. And Lake Hylia is foolish, so when and why do you go to Lake? Quite frankly, this seed.
It was also pretty bad to just buy the gold scale in the Zora shop.
Yeah, unless you think you need it, it's not something that is going to be guaranteed as a purchase for sure.
Yeah, Redkin found Lens on diving minigame, and they did use their money to buy gold scale before leaving. So we just have to wait for them to run their magic, and then maybe we'll have our treasure chest minigame question answered.
Yep, that'd be good to know. And Bread does have long shot and gold scale, so we could see them give that a try. But I don't really think they care about dungeons anymore. They're on 31 skulls at... we've lost the timer. Is there a timer on anyone's stream anymore? Oh, there we go. 1 hour, 18 minutes, 31 skulls. So Bread is doing incredibly well on the skull count. I think they are just going to hardcore chase skulls. And then do as much as they can afterwards, hopefully getting to Ganon, but kind of just depends how things play out. I can't remember how many skulls Ink is on. Ink was on a similar amount just before getting into Deku Tree.
You're about to find out.
Getting that bottle of blue fire, which is quite nice.
29.
29, yeah. So both of them doing really well on skulls generally. Of course, Bread has taken a hit. I don't know about Ink. I think Ink has taken a hit. I think his bottle was empty and he had a bug bottle next to it. So I'm fairly sure both of them are on 1 life at this stage. Cup also on 1 life. So yeah, no more hits on Restream for anyone left.
But Brett, I think, is about to go into Stalfos here, who's obviously been a menace this season, but also just in this race today.
Yeah.
So let's see if Brett can get past that, which we still haven't seen Kokiri sword on Restream.
Yeah, no sign of that so far. But does go for a fairly safe broken stick. This room can be a little awkward to get broken stick because of that spike. So definitely have to think about it a bit more in this room than you would most other rooms.
We were scared earlier watching you, Plopper, because we saw you defeat the Keys right at the time that the spike went past your path during the cutscene in this room, and we were like, oh man.
Yeah, I've done the same thing last week, and I don't know why I keep doing this, but it's just so scary. I'm shitting myself too. I'm like, will I die jumbly like this? Luckily,
you're just like scaring everyone.
Time, but yeah, I need to try to do this. To stop doing this, rather.
It's tough. It's tough when you play with confidence and you think, everything's kind of just okay, and then you forget about things that you've never had to consider before, you know? So it's like, oh,
yeah,
God.
I didn't practice enough OHK, so I'm just doing like usual, and then it's just then that I realized I'm like, am I going to die because I did this? And most of the time the answer is yes, but
yeah, one of the rare occasions where, thankfully, the cutscene saves you. Press it.
Trying to get the nut stun off, but not Stalfo's not playing around. Oh, bread. Oh, good job. We will actually get to see what on the other side of the room. Everyone who's come in here to fight the Stalfos either couldn't make it further or Stalfos got him. So
Yeah, I think La Ploppa, I think you managed to kill the Stalfos and didn't have anything to get across the bridge with. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've thought about picking the choose in Boncho Bowling, but I don't know any setup without taking damage, so...
Yeah, is there a setup for Chew Bowling without taking damage?
Probably. I know there's one for adult too in RSL, even if I never learned it, so I guess there is one for child
That
as well.
one is also taking damage for sure, but you can just kind of eyeball it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a proper gamer, you just play it as Miyamoto intended.
I mean, I'm not doing that. I'm still letting it go by the wall, right?
Chickens be damned. Alright, but yeah, Bread managing to get all the way around Spirit, which is nice. Choosing to not climb, which I think is fine. They've got kind of everything they need on adult side to not really need to do the climb. Apart from Magic, which they've... I don't really know how they've avoided it this long, but maybe they've just not been to Lost Woods. They've kind of been focused on sort of dungeon diving, so...
Where was
it's
the
a bit out of the
magic
way.
exactly?
Magic was on Ocarina Memory Game.
Okay, cool. I would have never gotten that.
You're not the only one. Other than Liam and Cup, we haven't seen anyone else actually do that on Restream yet. Even everyone recycled on for the most part. So there was like...
Yeah, so I was probably never finishing the seed anyways.
Yeah, we don't know where a second one is yet. No sign of it.
Yeah, which Cup also has the lens, so Cup can also do Night Market when they feel like it, which, considering they seem to be strictly sticking to overworld checks, they'll probably get there sooner than later. Looks like they're going for bugs to get some more gold Skulltulas here.
Yeah,
And Ink finishing tree, so here comes some more points for Ink.
Yeah, again, both Ink and Bread slowly getting towards 100 points. But still over an hour to go, so I don't think they'll be worried about their points total at this stage.
Pretty strong to be at 100 points already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, it'd be great. 100 points at an hour and 25 minutes would be amazing, quite honestly. So, oh, Cup. Oh God, Cup. Oh God, Cup. Are you going to be okay there?
Yeah, there you
just
go.
A hard reset.
Yeah.
Wrong angle,
Yeah.
wrong... to be honest, I think they were probably okay, but I totally respect choosing to not think you're okay there. So, yeah, I think that's fine. It's not hard.
They weren't even that far away,
The
so...
scary hitbox can be weird sometimes, so I don't know if
Yes.
you would have been safe or not.
Yeah, the hitbox on the gold Skulltulas are, like... They aren't they are cylindrical, so there are areas which are okay, and then there are areas which are definitely not, so can be a little awkward. Alright, Bolero for Bread, and they'll probably get Nocturne immediately afterwards as well. They will also probably discover Ice Cavern and immediately leave, much like Ink did.
Ink going for money here.
Yeah, what is Ink going for? What is... Trying to
I'm
think
assuming
of what
something
they
in,
might not
like,
have.
Child Market.
Yeah, maybe. Trying to think of what they might not have purchased. Is it the slingshot, maybe? Maybe some bomb chews? Unsure.
I'd assume the slingshot.
Yeah, it's quite nice to have.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth a farm for just like 2 points with a P-hat, because you know there's nothing at the target.
Well, it's not just PS, it's also like skulls and such. Like, you don't leave the one in Keg, for example.
Yeah, it does have a rang, so it does have a projectile at the very least, but I think slingshots can make things just generally a little safer as well, so we'll see if it pays off for them. Only on 10 skulls, so not imagining they are going to make the big 50 at this point, but I don't think that's something they're gunning for. I think they are just doing their best, quite frankly, which is perfectly fine. Again, Cup, a very new runner to Battle Royale, so I respect the fact that they're still alive, an hour and a half, still in the competition at week 5, but I can't imagine they are going to find 80 points in the next hour. But hey, stranger things have happened.
Cup's just getting all the items loading up, and then he's just gonna go a tirade through all the dungeons.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, full.
We're gonna see Pop
The
Marinade.
second you see that timer hit 1 hour 30, they are going to get 5 points per minute, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath.
Rampage.
Okay, Bread has
Redcoon's
not
actually
chosen-
doing ice?
Yeah, Bread is in ice now.
Skulltulas. I can only think it's for the Skulltulas.
Yeah, I don't know about this, man. Like, the song is probably not very useful. You don't
think it's
really
pretty
need any more items.
Yeah.
Although saying that, they don't have a bomb bag marked on their tracker.
Never did Child Slingshot Shooting
They
Gallery?
not do child shooting gallery.
Oh, was that where the... God damn it.
Cola,
Yeah,
you need to
that's
stop.
first
You need to stop skipping shot. That's 2 seasons in a row you've missed an item on child shooting.
Come on, man. Surely it's gonna
Cole
work.
sticks to their guns,
Yeah.
it's fine.
There was one in Garden City shop too, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
only one.
I-
I think that was wallet locked, if I'm right.
Yeah, but I was not in Garden City yet.
Yeah, so Cola is an expert at choosing the right places to skip, it seems.
Yeah. that
Did you
seemed
skip
to
like
be the
hover
case.
boots once as well?
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, the seed where
great
hoppers were on
pick.
child shooting gallery. Cola also chose to leave
Yeah.
them. As he says, I'm sure it'll pay out one day.
Exactly.
All of those Sphere Zeros, obviously worth nothing.
Alright. I'm nervous. Ink's back in Zora's River, and Zora's River's claimed 2 runners this seed. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I know La Plopper, I haven't read your messages, but I know that you think you may have run into a bit of a weird bug with this one, so I'm interested to see afterwards what the situation
No,
is.
I just checked it more, and somehow a bomb dropped before Link Wall. So I had a bomb drop right as I touched the ground. It dropped, and then Link Wall, and then I got my other bomb out. But I don't really know why a bomb dropped before the wall.
You might have had like a weird state where you had like an empty bomb already, like when you have that, your bomb, when you pull it, drops instantly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It
But
just
that
sucks, though.
usually only happens after you let like an explosive go off while you're holding it. So I don't know how you would have gotten that state.
Well, Brett has found the Kokiri sword in.
I know.
in
What a terrible spot.
ice. This now, I am a strong believer on once you've done map chess, save quitting, because that getting back through this room, nightmare, absolute nightmare. Oh god, that flying part almost had him.
Scary.
I think that one has a heart though, so it's safe.
I don't think it does.
I don't know.
I know one of them has.
Yeah, that pot. I've died to that pot. So I don't think it does have a heart in it, guaranteed.
Maybe it's the other one.
Sorry to disrupt, but I got a dip.
Yeah, no worries, Durex. GG.
GG's.
And yeah, we'll see you
GG.
next week.
Yes, bye bye.
Right. I think I already died last season to a flying fox, which had a heart. He just touched me and the heart just flew away, and I was like, damn it.
Gotta get hit at the right angle.
Yeah, there's a couple of pots that I find are always okay, but then there's a couple of pots I've seen both kill people and not kill people, so I don't really know how that interaction works fully. But
Just
Bread is
run into it.
navigating ice
Maybe it's
okay.
safer.
Yeah, yeah. Bread is managing to navigate ice okay here. Is going to get the skull reward as well, as long as they get this next one. Ink is very hard going for skulls, and looks like they're about to go into bottom of the well. So they'll pick up their long shot, their Din's Fire. Still no magic, but, you know, still plenty of points on the table in bottom of the well. As Cup finds their first bomb bag, which I think they are pretty unhappy about, based off their PNG.
Yeah, Cup was in there earlier, but missed one of the targets, and I don't think they had the rupees to go again, so they just left it, and they're like, I'll get it later. Yeah. Unfortunate, but it happens.
Very unfortunate. And as they see more explosives on Bomb Shoe Bowling, I hope they don't mess this up. But I don't think they know the strat anyway, so he's going to be playing it quite safe. Just going, again, as Miyamoto intended.
There's Ink pulling their fire source from bottom of the well. And Breadcoon being very safe here on the ice block puzzle.
Yeah. Safe but assured though. I think I've been impressed with Bread this race. They've been really going at it. Even with the hit they took earlier, they've been pretty confident, not really shying away from any challenges that come in front of them, and just plowing ahead.
Yeah, and they've stacked up points for it, so it's paying off for them.
Yeah, they will get the as long as they manage to get to the room at the back here, they will get a good chunk of points for ice completion, so should see them shoot up above Ink in terms of total points.
Yeah, Ink's scaring me with these keys, by the way. Ink threw down a deck and his keys fell right behind him. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you've got to be careful as well, because you can Deku Nut one of the keys and it'll sort of like glide down the pit, but it'll fly back up, and you do need to be a little prepared for that.
I think it's really risky to go into bottom of the well without the skull mask, even if there is the goal that requires you to not wear it.
Yeah, it's too useful for the other rooms. Like it's just really it does make the well quite safe. So I agree, especially this seed where you've kind of got all of your warp songs apart from Market, but you know you can grab one early and sort of set that up without too much trouble.
Oh, Bread, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is one of the prime spots where that can happen.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, that spot right there with that stalagmite is brutal, man.
I think that is exactly the spot that killed me in the very last season. Like, it eliminated me from the tourney.
Yeah, I've also died to that exact one. The baseball, we still have Bread. We need Ink back if possible, please. I will see if Bread wants to join us. But yeah, now we're down to 2. Technically, we still have the last place runner alive and going. So if they do manage to pull this out of the bag, it would be quite phenomenal.
That would be impressive.
Honestly, I think I'd just have to drop them like a 10-pack of subs immediately. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, this was why we had Cup on Restream in the first place, of course, alongside Liam and Bread as the bottom 3 runners. With 2 of those now eliminated. Bread was never really in danger. As we'll drag them in. GG Bread, unfortunate death in ice there.
That's the one place that I've died there fairly consistently. I always forget that one icicle because it doesn't like spawn in until you get close. I don't know.
Me and Cola were saying that we have also died to that particular. If there was a heat map of deaths in ice, that one would be glaring red. So yeah, it is definitely a strong place to die. But really unfortunate. I think you had a really good race on your hands outside of that. So it's just unfortunate hits.
Yeah.
Seed.
because I had a potential water clear. I mean, I'm assuming I'd be able to clear water unless the keys were particularly mean, but I'd be fine. And forest clear, DC clear. Pray I get magic and/or light arrows on the way. Probably get 50 skulls on the way.
Yeah, I think skulls you were looking pretty good. I don't know about magic because I don't see a world where you go back and do the Ocarina memory game. But
yeah, no.
yeah, exactly. So that one might have been unfortunately out of contention. We don't know where a second magic is. I would imagine you would have been fine with Water Temple. We've not found Iron Boots or Hover Boots, which does make that a little awkward, but
Yeah, like I think the way I would do it then would just without hovers. I usually just try to go and do the jump before I lower the water, get the scarecrow there, so that way I don't need to bother doing the weird hook, shot up, jump slash, whatever. And that way, if you fail, well, oh well, just try it again.
yeah, makes sense. But yeah, you had a strong point score. I can't remember. I think it was at 75 you ended on just there in ice.
Yeah, I think double checking. I'm pretty sure it's 75.
Yeah, managing to get the skull completion, but yeah, just shy of that final room to get the real nice ice skull as well, which is really unfortunate. But you were crushing the points early, especially on the initial restream. We had you, Liam, Cup, and LaPlopper. I think your points were significantly higher than everyone, sort of just straight away, because you basically it just took on anything that came in front of you, which was quite impressive. We don't know where lights are at this point. We are concerned that they are behind Strength 3 or a Strength 2, because there was Market Path to the Hero. Unless Treasure Chest minigame or Big Pose show up, light arrows, we're fairly sure it's going to be strength locked in some capacity.
Yeah.
A big.
Did anybody else pull lens? Did anybody else even pull lens? I just happened to get it because I really wanted the gold scale for potential water stuff.
Yeah, Cup has lens,
Yeah.
but I think that's it. I don't think anyone else had lens.
Yeah, because who wants to do child domain? Who wants to do child domain?
You do child domain, but you skip child shooting gallery?
I think at the time I was too poor, and I was like, I just don't know.
Okay, so Brett skipped it. Cola always skips it. Cup skipped it because they went in with the minimum amount of money and then missed. So they just went, I'll come back to it later. So they just got their bomb bag like 10 minutes ago.
Cool. Who needs bombs anyway? Not an important.
That 5-pack of chews would have been enough, and then I forgot that the eye drops changed back to paper, and I was like, well, I'll make this work, I guess.
Yeah, well, those eye drops were awful, quite frankly.
Yeah, because you're gonna grab them early, and I mean, is it even possible to get the turn? Where was strength? I don't even remember. Oh, no, that was in child, right?
There's a strength 1 in Child's Bazaar, and there's strength 2 is in Goron City.
Okay, I would have gone there pretty quick. Yeah, no, that's just super awkward. You're probably gonna get it before you go. You're gonna get it, and you're probably gonna age change sooner rather than later.
During my async, I genuinely considered just restarting the seed. I was like, I'm only 7 minutes in. I could just restart because I know where that hammer is, and I'm never handing in that prescription to King Zora. So it maybe, but no. Eventually, I was like, I don't even know if I need the hammer. It might not be worth doing, especially without opponents to sort of get from place to place. So it sounded like a pretty awful task generally.
Yeah, you kind of have to save scum it. I mean, if you could do the whatever the weird thing is, or you use like the timer storage or whatever, like that way you can just warp over to you can just bolero and run in and turn it in.
Oh,
Yeah,
you need to have a lot of hearts though for that. I don't know if you're picking up that many.
I had like 6. That's enough to make it.
Oh, okay, that would do it. Yeah.
I usually end up picking up a couple early game, literally just for heat timer reasons. And then after that, I just ignore them.
Yeah, same. But there was a very, very early Goron tunic this seed as well. Obviously, that eliminates the strat, but also means that you might not pick up any more hearts, considering it's only like 35 rupees, I think, in the child shop.
Yeah.
Exactly, but if you don't, you can't use the Goron tunic for that strat.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, as I say, eliminates the strat. So if you pick up the tunic, you're probably not collecting hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I think one shop had both Zora tunics as well, so. Right, Ink is finishing off the well here. Did manage to beat Dead Hand, etc. So this is the sort of last few things they need to do. So they are going to be close to 90 points here. Cup is playing with fire by not quite
Cup's
knowing
been
how to deal with this with this skull.
Hit this
is
giant skull
scaring
with the
me.
bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Gets through it. Not particularly experienced with bottom of the well by the looks of things, but playing it safe. Just doing their best, which I think is perfectly admirable.
I mean, there's a second one left alive in this race today. I mean, how are the asyncs doing?
Asyncs, no finishes just yet.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, Cup took a hit in, I think, like 2 minutes or something like that. So considering they took a hit that long ago, they've managed to do all right to just keep going.
Yeah, I got mad I took a hit when I was like, I was trying to just do the SFM child thing, but because of your spawns, I was like, I'll just try to do it backwards, and I'll just get close to the guy, make him pop down before he shoots again, and I'll just be fine, and it wasn't fine. But
yeah. SFM as child without shield is unbelievably hard. Like trying to
if you
avoid
come in
those.
front ways, it's not that bad. I just wanted to do it backwards because it was like I didn't want to run all the way out and then run back in.
Yeah, unfortunate. But again, and I've said it plenty of times this stream, it's just one of those things that once you learn that something and something is bad, you just don't do it again. So I can't imagine that is something you're going to play with fire with again in the future, in regards to going backwards at least. But yeah, not ideal. But as you say, that was nice. It was very early, but that's what I was saying on stream. I was quite impressed that despite you getting hit so early, you still just kind of went for everything. You know, even ice at the end there. It's like, yeah, it's ice, let's do it. You know? So fair play to you.
Honestly, I wanted that prelude because I wanted to turn around and get my SFM and objective, and also go back to Deku Tree real quick just to get the skull and the 3 extra points. That's basically my excuse. Because going back to Child was awful.
Yeah,
and,
it's the
seed.
Pretty awful age changes this season. No Serenade, no Prelude, pretty bad spawns all round. So it could have been worse, but it certainly wasn't fantastic.
Yeah, we being. Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say spawning as Child. Oh
my god.
let's do it alphabetically. So, Brad, you start.
Okay, I was gonna say, Child felt great for the first 10 seconds until the realization hits when you're like, oh, I can do this fairy. Oh, hey, this is my launch shot. Cool. Oh, I can get this objective for 5 points for free. This is great. And then wait, my warp songs suck. Hold on. Getting out of here is gonna actually suck. Never mind.
Yeah, I've never seen so much owl usage in my life. But anyway, go on, Cola.
Yeah, I don't think the spawns are that bad. It's basically 2 keg spawns, and that's fine, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, you do have some.
Me forgetting about the owl. Whoops. That would have helped, actually.
Yeah,
I just forgot you could thread him as a child.
Owl was pretty prime. But yeah, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It could have been Lake, you know, and that I think child fishing I've seen before in these things, and that's again you can still get to the owl, but it's still a bit of a rough one.
I think just about the worst is spawning in Valley or something, and then you have to not just jump down to Lake, and then you also have to hike afterwards. It's awful.
Yeah, I think if I'm trying to imagine worst spawns, maybe honestly it's SFM without a warp. I think that's probably the worst worst song you can start with. Sorry, the worst spawn you can start with. Probably closely followed by like Top of River. Pretty nasty. Or
Do you
just
take
Domain.
damage if you just spawn in there?
No, I don't think it's possible to take. I'm not sure it's possible to get enough forward momentum to land on the platform to take damage.
It is possible
Oh,
to
it is?
land on it. You can jump slash on it.
Oh, okay. In which I don't know that that's a one to investigate, because that'd be fucking brutal.
Which one?
The sort of the unused spawn where you spawn above the waterfall at the
Oh.
top of Zora River.
Okay, yeah, that one.
All right.
Yeah, what I was gonna say earlier though is that despite all the slow overworld movement, Brad, you did a really good job of stacking up points quickly early. Obviously, like Ink's closed in here, having more time, but early on you had a pretty strong lead in terms of points over Cup and Liam, and then LaPlopper wasn't too far behind. But it was pretty. We just kept looking back at your score, like, wow, Brad's really racking these up fast. All right, so yeah, Cup's almost done with Bob of the Well, I think. It's been in there for a little while. Hasn't lowered the water though. It looks like they're gonna save it quit, so maybe they're deciding to leave.
Well, unfortunately, Cup's first death was the levers in Colossus, and they've not been back.
Yeah.
So they still don't have ZL.
That's right. I forgot. They haven't even got back for that.
Yeah, so I think they're too scared of Colossus now, which is pretty unfortunate because it's pretty good in this seed with an early Deku and ZL start. So
yeah, in the terms of bottom of the well though, that's only really locking them out of a long shot. We know, which at this rate, the long shot itself might not come into play, but you know, there's a few points here they're gonna have to leave behind because of that.
yeah, unfortunately for Cup, they don't have the hook shot from Death Mountain Trail because they don't have ZL. So they are pretty hard locking themselves out of their any hook shot access this seed.
Oh, good point. We saw that play out earlier. Chimp called it out that hey, don't forget to get song when you go into Spirit Temple entrance because it was Deku. And sure enough, Liam went and did all of Deku, landed on the warpad, and then left immediately. We're like, Liam, no.
Yeah, no ZL for Liam, unfortunately. And yeah, no ZL for me during my async. I'll spoil that for you now. It was absolutely brutal. Never have I been so mad at a stupid decision that I've made.
No ZL, then you went out of the way to plant the bean for the DMT boat.
I didn't have ZL for an hour and a half, and it was
oh,
brutal.
wow.
Yeah.
Ink wants these skulls.
I put Cup needs 80 more. So
Yeah.
they have 40 minutes to go on the biggest boss killing spree of their life.
Uh-huh. Just slaughter him.
Yeah, Liam had a fairly comfortable lead over Cuplet coming into this race. Unfortunately for Liam, due to that double tap, they are now pretty significantly far behind Bread, who was the next on the leaderboard. So Liam is going to need an almighty week 6.
It can happen.
Could happen.
Make sure to come back and watch week 6.
Yeah, Bread, no pressure, but you need to do at least okay next week. So that Liam doesn't completely annihilate you with having an absolute worldy seed.
Liam routed really great this week. If it wasn't for Marinade,
yeah, honestly,
he could still be here.
If Liam would have got that ZL, Liam was basically on a god route. It was unbelievable. Like, had basically every item that anyone else had, much faster. Cup, Jesus Christ. There it is.
No.
There it is.
Those keys.
Yeah, that room looked way too sketchy. I'm not surprised they took that hit. But GG Cup, they managed to last an hour and 50 minutes which again, as a player, has not had that much practice in Battle Royale or Rando in general, I think is an accomplishment, so GG to them. But yeah, we are down to 1. We are down to Ink, who is now entering Ganon's Castle, the first Ganon's Castle entrance we've seen on Restream. No magic, no light arrows. So, yeah, we'll see if they manage to pull both of those out of the bag within the next 40 minutes. We'll
I was gonna take the hint for the light arrows, but
honestly, just getting the points from the tower climb is really good already here.
Yeah, 16-point climb is quite nice. So regardless of what happens there, you still leave with a nice injection of points.
Yeah, that'll put Ink over 100 points based on his points tracker. So that'd be very nice. Waiting to see what these data flows
in
to.
case you find the other magic, because I don't think he's going to do Ocarina minigame anytime soon. Or anytime.
Oh no, 0 chance. Yeah, magic is on Ocarina minigame hyper. We have not seen a second magic. There could easily just be a second magic in Ganon's. Genuinely don't know.
I've not knowing about the magic spot is something.
Has he done any other trial? I didn't pay attention to that.
Nope. No,
no, he just ran in and checked the scrubs.
Yeah, scrubs, and then into tower, which I think is fine. Like, you can always just come back and do more trials, so I don't have an issue with this. Especially now that we know that the spike traps in the Spirit Trial are not as simple as we thought, thanks to Cola's weird death last week, so, yeah. Not as
a couple of weird deaths.
You have. Some of the more interesting stuff has all happened to you, Cola.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, Ink does not have a fairy hyper, so 1 hit to go.
Yeah. Gotta be very careful on these Iron Knuckles.
Yeah, Iron Knuckles aren't too... As long as you're patient, you're fine. You should never get hit by an Iron Knuckle as long as you play it patiently.
Yeah.
I just run up and crouch stab slightly to the side, and it's pretty much safe the entire time.
Yeah, the crouch stab strat, as long as you've got the right angle, is fine. But sometimes, especially in that room, I find it's a little difficult to get the right angle. For me, I'm not saying for generally, but yeah. I choose to play it a little safer just because I can never trust myself to actually find that angle.
The Iron Knuckles are also really scary because they do double tap you sometimes as well. They can just hit through your fairy and take 2 deaths out of you instantly.
Yeah, for sure. Up with the raid. GG Cup. You were second. You lasted the second longest on the restream, so congrats to getting to the 2-person restream window. As we are now just down to Ink inside Ganon's castle.
Yes.
For those light arrows. So
the path is probably the strength.
Yeah, it's almost certainly going to be the strength. Yeah, so that looks like a 3rd strength hunt for light arrows. I was going to say not save quitting. I'm not sure if they forgot to save prior to going in. Oh, Cup, you've been on the stream the whole time. So, yeah, we saw every second. But don't worry. Anyone playing Battle Royale takes embarrassing deaths. So,
absolutely.
You are not alone.
That's just the format.
Yeah, by any stretch.
So unfortunately, since Cup's in here, we'll remind everybody that Zelda's Lullaby was on Spirit Temple, so those levers shying you away, Cup, was unfortunate. That would have helped a lot, obviously, as we saw you struggling on what to do in bottom of the well without Lullaby. You're like, wait, what do I do now? Because the longer you wait on things like Lullaby and Bomb Bag, obviously, which Cup's not the only runner this seed who had to go back to Shooting Gallery like an hour later or something. So, welcome in, GG.
As we welcome in Cup. GG's Cup.
Thank you.
Yeah, as Burrito was saying, very, very unfortunate death earlier on to guide you away from that Zelda's Lullaby in the in Desert Colossus. Those levers
that's
can
where
be a
it
bit of a
was.
nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, I got too scared. I wasn't going back in there.
Yeah, I think something you can backwalk fairly nicely off the warp platform to get across to the spirit entrance without really risking the levers. That's definitely something I would highlight as a thing to just watch a few other people get done right. But because those levers, otherwise they will mess up your day and they will not hesitate.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, as
rough.
long as you're back walking, you're safe from levers.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, it's just the main caveat as child is you kind of want to, because as child you can easily just hit the platform and stop moving and potentially get smacked.
I've never seen that before in my life. So Ink is pulling the Armos back, and it's pulling the other Armos back.
Yeah, you do that.
This is really scary what he just did. Like,
yeah, grabbing the last rupee. I was like, Ink, why'd you save that one for last? Save the one in the middle for last.
That was horrendous. Like,
that or you can just move the statue, let the blade out, and then just move it back so it blocks the way, so you're fine.
Yeah, I feel like I just watched Ink perform a crime. That was unbelievable. But yeah, as we were saying, Cup. Otherwise, you know, a tough effort with a few items that just unfortunately stayed out of your way. I think you went into Child Shooting Gallery earlier, but then failed the minigame, didn't have enough money, and lo and behold, that was the bombs, which was very unfortunate.
Yep, that stopped me from every other thing I wanted to do this run.
Yeah, and both hook shots were also locked behind Zelda's Lullaby, which was not ideal, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, at least I managed to have a consistency dying in bottom of the well every single run I've been in so far.
Yeah, consistency is always what we aim for, so congratulations on that one. But hey, you still lasted an hour and 50 minutes, despite that, so congratulations on that one. Unfortunately, we do lose you from Battle Royale with the lowest total, but you know, just generally, a big congrats for joining the tournament very late and still making it to week 5. I think that's really impressive. So yeah, congrats on making it this far anyway.
Yeah, thank you. It was so much fun doing this. Like, I've never really done a lot of no-hit runs, if people couldn't tell. It was so much fun, like, running against everyone at the same time.
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable to see you and your PNG reactions when things would go wrong.
I'll say that, like, even if you take a hit early in some of these runs, compared to, you know, some luck runners we're running into, you locked in and you survived without a fairy for very long on a few of these. So you're pretty good at staying alive. I got scared. I almost walked into the Deku Baba in Kokiri Forest for a second. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. That was really scary because I think we were watching Breadcoon. The giant Deku Baba almost bit him on the tail, and we're like,
"Oh god, yeah! Oh god, yeah!" I was convinced Bread was going to die. That was terrifying.
Yeah. Like, oh no.
There's so many games of millimeters in Battle Royale. There's so many instances I was pretty convinced. Even yourself, Cup, when you spawned that gold skull in Graveyard, and I was like, oh, that gold skull is going to kill you. I think I think you would have been fine, but I absolutely do not blame you for safe quitting. I was not ready to unpause and see what happened. An unbelievable risk to take with that unpause there.
You're definitely developing your reset technique. You've had some very smart resets, so you're building the skill set for this. I freak out really fast and then just start over. This is my
That's good. Right, hey, if you've got the reaction speed to freak out that quickly, that's a good skill. Because I don't. Yeah. I sit there. I'm just sort of like monkey brain. I'm like, I'm gonna be fine, right? I'm gonna be fine. No, I'll be fine. Dead. Because I think about it too long and don't just immediately pause and quit or just hard reset. So. Yeah, there is a good skill in panic resetting that is good to learn, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, losing seconds to pausing or to save quitting is a lot better than dying.
Exactly.
So it's fine to take those time losses if you live.
That is true.
Alright, Ink, are you gonna go? Surely Ink isn't going for the hammer here. They're just going on Freeze
No.
King's Aura, probably going to DC. Because I don't think they know DC is here. So check the dungeon, find out it's DC, clear it? Question mark? They'll probably get the skulls. I'm not sure what their current count is. Welcome in Slew for the raid. Welcome to the very end of Battle Royale Week 5. We are just down to Ink.
Just down Ink on Restream, but it sounds like everyone who asynced, which was you, Hyper, and Timmy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, me, Hyper, and Timmy were the 3 asyncs this week, and none of us have finished yet.
Exciting.
Yeah, I can
Exciting
definitely.
to see.
The seed is a really nice layout for a massive point spike, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ink missing both platforms there. Needs to. I think Ink has a bit of a safety spot behind this iceberg that he frequently goes to, so should be okay. He does need to
Yeah,
get
I was
on
like-
both of the small platforms here, though, because he didn't go on neither of them. So
I was afraid of him climbing. I'm like, don't climb up on that side.
no, Ink. There's a very funny clip of Ink being like, "Well, this goal is free," and then just completely getting one-shotted by that Octorok. So yeah, I think Ink has learned the hard way, avoiding some of these Octoroks.
It's the best way to learn in one hit KO, as you've mentioned.
It really is. Every death you take is an excellent learning experience.
Builds trauma, I mean character.
Yeah, but a bit of both. But it does feel that the more you practice in BR, this for me has the most obvious practice benefits because again, every death is like, okay, I now know that's a thing or a possibility. I won't do that again. And it does really build up like that knowledge bank of potential threats. So yeah, I think it's really good to get a few seats behind you. Cup has had to dash away, so again, GG's to Cup for lasting to week 5 and lasting pretty long onto this weekly. As we are in the last 30 minutes of Ink's run here. The found DC probably going to full clear this in regards to skulls. I don't know if they'll do checks. I'm not sure if they're going to try and luck into Strength 3 or whether they're just going to focus on skulls, boss completion, and micro goals around the world map.
I think at this point they're just going to pick up whatever points they can and play for points density because seeing that, in Sycan's Tower's path, I'm sure Ink's like, okay, that's probably Strength 3. I have no idea where it is. Oh, hey, there's Boots. Let's just go for points.
Yeah. Bread, cola, plopper, what would you think your strategy would be at this stage?
Just rush for points.
Yeah, you should go for max points. I don't think Ink still has his fairy, right?
No, Ink
No
is
fairy, almost 50
no fairy.
skull.
He has one in his inventory. I'm not sure if he died at some point though.
He has one?
I'm almost certain I saw Ink without a fairy in his inventory, but that could be because he dropped it for another reason. So I guess there is a chance that he hasn't been hit. We've not seen him be hit on restream. To be clear, he came in to replace. No, he came in to replace Cola when he died. So has only been.
I mean, Ink does have a off drop in his fairy for bugs, so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I think when I saw his inventory, he had an empty bottle and a bottle of bugs. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I could have been wrong. So maybe he does have still a life to go.
If he still has a hit, it's really hard to commit to a lot of points here because you do risk the 15 points from just not dying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know the baby Kadongas chased the bombs. They didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a guaranteed bomb drop. If that, no, it's not. Okay. Yeah, playing it very safe in this room. Those baby Dodongos can be a bit of a pain, but I find Deku Nuts are a pretty simple solution to getting them out of the way.
Yeah, I think at this point Ink is concerned about wasting the 6 that's he has left.
True. All right, 44 skulls. Is equipping bomb shoes, so it does look like they are just going for skulls.
He's just gonna go back and
opening the mouth and then getting beating King Dodongo.
I mean, there's two main priorities here now. If he still has a fairy, then he's supposed to not lose that one, and then he has to get the skulls. That's the two things he's gotta make happen.
Yeah, for sure. And with I know is still going for checks by the looks of things. Yeah, is going to go for this Deku Scrub here. So is, I guess, trying to just fish for a strength 3.
Yeah,
He has
but
long
also
shot, so he
need
might
to
be
fish
going
for
to
the
the
magic, so I don't think it's worth it. Even if you get third strength, you will need like light arrows and second magic to be in like trial or something like that.
Yeah, you need to get unbelievably lucky, in my opinion, to manage to beat Ganon this seed. There are no hints either. Like, I think we've fulfilled every path in at this stage, so there's basically nothing left to chase individually. I guess there is still a chance that the market path to path to the hero, there's just another strength on either pose or treasure chest game. That would be pretty.
That would be hilarious.
Just get a pony,
try
guys.
the big pose, even without a pony.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we were
yeah,
talking
you could
about that
definitely still
earlier.
check that.
If you have to do Epona, if you have to do Big Poe without Epona, do you all just use bows? Chimp was reminding me that a bomb chew strat exists, but I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, I'm just going to use my bow.
Yeah.
I never learned the true strat. I know you can also kill a big bow with opponent, but I have no idea how.
Yeah, the opponent kill is pretty crazy. That's definitely not something I'm going for. I don't mind. If I remember rightly, the chew strat is like 7 backflips from the bridge, and then it's like 2 right hops, 1 left hop, side roll, right hop, and then it's pretty intense set of like backflips and rolls, but it does work. But the problem you've got with big pose is that you don't always get a big pose spawn. So it can be a lot of wasted time for literally nothing.
That's a lot of learning.
It's not just wasted time in this case, because if you get a small pole that circles around you, it's actually scary.
Yeah, the small Poe is a bit of a nightmare. You can if you've got a bow, you can shoot it and kind of get lucky, and it goes away enough for you to sort of like run into market or something. But yeah, not only do the Poes just sort of circle around you, the flames home in on you. So yeah,
exactly.
Not a great spot to be in.
Sounds like a lot of work and a lot of danger for a technique that you'll probably never use anyways.
Yeah. But if something is on big pose, it's like, well, the reward would be unbelievably high. So,
all right, well then it's up to you for the next week to rush Big Poe with Choose, Chimp, and tell us how it goes for you.
Let it be known that this seed I did get big pose with a bow, not with Choose, but without opponent, but with a bow. So it's
okay.
It's a thing.
No, absolutely. Yeah, Ink's been pretty thorough back here.
Yeah, I am surprised. But I also don't think they've got any, like, other than clearing DC here, getting 50 skulls, is there many big goals left to go for? Like, they did the front of forest, so they got all of that. They did most of the dungeons they've been in. Did they beat... Yeah, they beat Jabu.
Well, at this point, we can get into Water Temple. It is out of the way, but you could go in and then get Dead Hand at the... Or, because I'm assuming that's Shadow at this point.
Could be. Yeah, Shadow was either there or the GTG entrance, so... But we've got Longshot either way.
Just out of the way places, so that sucks.
What I'm a little surprised at is that he's not gone and beaten Twinner over. Because there's some good points in the sort of like adult Spirit, second half of Spirit. Maybe that's what he does next.
Yeah, still have a little less than 20 minutes left, so plenty of time to do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
to Hyper's point in chat, Twin Rover is the fight itself is slow.
Yeah. Rover is slow, but getting all of the points leading up to Rover is still pretty beneficial, especially if you've done Child Spirit. You know, you've got the Anubis Gold, you've got the Skulls, you've got the Iron Knuckles, you've got the you know, Naburu itself before Twin Rover. So there is a lot of points to just gain throughout. The Skulls are probably pretty awkward because you've got to like go back through the Floor Master room and stuff like that. But if you've got Strength 2, it's not as bad.
Possible that his concern is just not having magic, having pulled Din's Fire from Bottom Well past Twin Rover. So maybe Ink's just like, well, I have a bow and I can do like some push stuff, but that still sucks.
Yeah. I don't think Ink has done anything past the boss key chest. So still got the pose in Forest and the upper Stalfos, so you know, a good few points there. So 14 points to clear all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Stalfos scary at this point and just want to bank Skull first and then
Yeah.
maybe something safer just to bank a bit more points.
If he still has his fairy, it's like, do you risk 15 points to get 14 points? You know, it's like, should I not?
I don't
just
think
do
I
that?
would.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Hyper. He does have Colossus scrubs, but without magic, getting that boulder sucks.
Oh yeah, there's no way he goes for that without magic.
I did find a way to do it without magic fairly easily.
Have you now?
You just need to pull out the levers, get back on the stone, and just roll through to the border, pull it up, and just throw it and roll immediately. And you can just iframe the levers.
All right, so that is the plot. You've heard it here first, folks. That strat is free.
It's not necessarily free, but you can iframe things.
Oh,
I've done
but
it a
that
couple
one,
of times
I'm
on,
gonna
on
stick to
practice.
my own
Yeah.
strat.
There is a 0% chance I am risking iframes on levers. That sounds like the world's.
I
most
like it,
toxic
though.
thing.
I like the aggression. Also, good kill for me in Gun King Dodongo. Poor lizard man. That's 5 more points though.
Yeah. Still banking those points. 124. 124 without a big goal achieved as well. So still has the 50 skull reward to hand in sometime soon.
And this is Emerald, it looks like. So he could go get Epona Song from Ocarina of Time and then do Big Po if he really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, if he really wanted to, he could go ultra safe and start to go play Epona Song with the cows and do the 5 Big Po goal. If he really wants to keep his fairy and not go for any risks. 15 minutes, that's definitely all achievable. Oh, actually, no, he can't. He can't get the cows because of the web grow because he doesn't have magic.
And he still have his fairy. So.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
yeah, he
I do
doesn't have
think
his
getting the getting Eponas would still be pretty beneficial. You know, you get Eponas, you have a potential strength 3 or something off of Big Pose, and then if it doesn't pay out, well, you can have a decently quick way to go to GTG water entrance and see if you can just spike a nice point dungeon off of it.
It's only 3 songs away from all songs, but I don't think there's any chance of getting that at this stage. Would have needed to start to work towards getting that hammer about 20 minutes ago, I think. But it's just in spirit, so it's going to try and mop up the Lizalfos, the Knuckles, the Skulls, and just get a fairly good chunk of points at the end of Spirit Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Taking no risks on that Lizalfos. If that one gets trapped, it will jump and it will slash you, so I totally respect it.
Yeah, it's why I never really go for the top of DC Lizalfos anymore. I feel like those tiny platforms just they always end up getting hit way more often on the top than anywhere else.
48 skulls, so is definitely going to get 50 by the time they leave Spirit. So it's going to look, again, if they have their fairy, it's going to look very comfortable on points here. This looks to be about 170 points, something like that. So that's going to be a very nice finish.
There's definitely a strategy this season. Yeah, for people collecting skulls. Some racers just don't. Some racers don't like to do it, but they do it anyways.
Yeah, and fair play. Ink did need a bit of a good week. You know, after a few weeks of some middling scores, they do find themselves, you know, technically with Cup eliminated now, they are in the bottom 3. So Ink did need to have a strong week here, and yeah, they're pulling off.
All right, time for the scary room.
Time for the worst room in Spirit.
The worst rooms. Not only this, but then you have the don't forget about the flying pots that come through the floor.
Yeah, those are
also
terrible.
Doesn't have magic for the quick spin slash here as well, so has to take the floor master slow, and then again roll to bait the pots. Yeah.
This is good. Last week we had somebody push the mirror, but then got hit while pushing the mirror when the cutscene started, so they were okay, but it was a little close.
I've seen more pot hits this season than I ever thought I saw, that's for sure. There's been like 7 or 8 different people get hit by pots. It's wild.
Pots are assassins. What can I say?
The one in the shadow, sort of like one of the deeper shadow rooms, that one has surprised me as a pretty horrible set of flying pots if you go in backwards. So definitely one that's cropped up this season, as Dungeon ER wasn't a thing last season. Alright. 11.5 minutes to go. Still checking chests. Oh, hello.
He's okay.
I think they were a little scared there.
He thought about it. He's like, nah,
was
I'm
that
okay.
side top too much fall damage? But no, it's okay.
Out of nuts, though. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, completely out of Deku Nuts, I was going to say. So that's not a great place to be. The only real room that's a problem is the wall climb. You kind of want to nut the Beamos and then bomb them to safely climb up, but we'll see if he has an alternate strategy.
With long shot, you can just go all the way back, and Beamos shouldn't even target you.
These pro gamers with their pro strats. Just a simple ape, my low IQ strats.
Not low IQ.
I just do it normally, like as if I had hover boots. I just jump and grab the ledge from diagonally, and it kind of just works. I think you could just walk off the ledge and be okay.
Oh yeah, no. I meant the climb room.
Yeah.
With the 2 Beamos against the wall.
I mean, with long shot, it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Just shoot. I'm using that too, but if I don't, I'm just shooting an arrow in the Beamos, so it's down to.
Fire arrows. That's nice.
Can't use it, but yeah. Nice.
Oh, still no magic. So yeah, no idea where that second magic is. Very keen on learning.
I'm just gonna throw it out there and say it's in shadow. Loves hiding in shadow.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, it's in like shadow or water temple.
Or fire. Haven't seen any of fire today.
Have we found fire?
No, we haven't gotten in it, so it's probably either on GTG entrance or water. So that's where shadow and or fire is. So
have we seen like the shadow entrance?
Yeah.
No, I don't think anyone's been into the shadow entrance.
Really? Because we had. Oh wait, we have Nocturne, but everyone no magic.
Because we've not seen GTG either, so there's 3 entrances that we've not seen. So it's shadow, water, and GTG.
Hyper knows. Hyper's teasing us. Hyper, don't
tell
us.
I also know, but I'm playing. I've got to play Oblivious for stream value.
At least 9 more minutes.
I mean, honestly, finding GTG at this point just be nice for point value.
True.
Unless you die.
And real quick, well, I mean, yeah, that goes
Yeah.
for basically everywhere in the game.
No, you're right though. There's it's basically 14 points in 3 rooms, which is pretty ideal. And then if you've got Iron Boots and Song of Time, you could technically go for toilet if you wanted.
5 minutes left to run. I still got my fairy. I'm doing toilet, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on restream. You got to go for the toilet and you're running.
Yeah,
Have
when
we
you're on
seen
restream, there's a few
people-
rules.
Have we seen anybody do like the goal in GTG where you do the hammer room without killing the enemies?
Nope. I've been actually being in GTG on the restream has been so rare. Like it just seems like GTG doesn't come up and people don't go in it. So yeah, we've not seen a lot of GTG play at all, quite frankly.
Because I read that goal and I was like, yeah, no fucking shot I'm doing that ever.
Well, GTG is just for the enemy kills, and I mean, if you have hammer going in, then doing the, getting that chest without killing enemies is not hard. It's another nice little chunk of points, but otherwise, yeah.
Just handing in all the rewards here.
Gotta cash in those points. 152 for Ink, based on his tracker.
Pretty nice score.
Yep, strong. And again, if he still has that fairy, then that's going to hit bonus 15. So 167. We'll see how many more points he can get up here. Is going into Ice Cavern.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Sure. I mean, if there's a place to end your seed, it might as well be ice.
Not dying on the way down.
You're either gonna run out of time, or you're just gonna die anyway.
I think there's enough time for it.
Yeah, I think there's just enough time to get through ice, but probably that's it. Like this is the last play.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this is definitely the riskier approach to like just doing big pose and E-heads or something.
Yeah, I think big pose is probably a little too slow just because of actually going child, getting opponents and going back. So I'm not sure he has enough time to do that.
I mean, if you do like go to field, do the P-heads, and then go back, sold.
Yeah, I mean, P-hats and stuff is alright, but yeah, it is a long goal, and unless you've sort of like properly worked out how long it is, I get thinking that you might not have enough time for it. Oh, that was a close one.
You have Sunsong, so you don't have to wait for like the P-heads or anything, right?
True.
Since there's 7, and then the big pole goal is like 2 or 3. So it's
3,
around 10 points.
Alright. Just over 5 minutes left. He's making their way to map chest.
Yeah, sharpshoot him. Don't miss a shot, Ink. We're all watching, literally. All right.
Oh, there we go. Someone played Link's crossbow training.
Whoa, dude. Ink knows how to waggle that
Someone had
window.
to, right?
I played it once when it came out, and I wanted a funny light gun attachment, and then never again.
Every time I go into the local video game shops here in England, I always see a copy of Link's crossbow training for like £1, and I'm like, man, even for £1, I don't want it. Like, it's just nothing will convince me to get that thing.
It's the licensed Jeopardy game of Link, Legend of Zelda copies. No one wants it, and there's a billion copies of it everywhere.
And he never gets a crossbow, like, in any game. Like, why is he training with a crossbow when he never gets one?
I don't know, man. They had such an opportunity to give Link a gun in Tears of the Kingdom. He's already got enough magic. Just let him make a railgun, but no, not even that. So yeah, it looks like Ink will just clean up Ice Cavern, and if he has any time left, maybe he'll go do some backflips or something. I'm not sure how
Yeah,
much
I
time
don't
you even have
know.
left
just
to
do a
anything.
little dance. He'll probably have about 90 seconds left after this, but maybe then that's too generous. That's how safe he chooses to be in this room, to be honest. But is again is proving to be fairly adept with this bow.
It has enough
Surprised he's
arrows
not
too.
just going for. He wasn't just going for the skull. I guess he wants to make sure he gets this objective.
Yeah, he wants both. Which is fine. I don't think this is too greedy, although at this point I'd have to question the fact that he should just bomb jump. No, never mind. He's alright. Third time's the charm.
Avoiding in this room would be a heartbreak.
Yeah.
I mean, if you void, you
pause.
can just say void.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the end of the run, though, if that was to happen, so...
And not if you pause before you void.
No, I mean, like, he just won't have time to do anything else if you have to save.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Be really close anyways.
Oh! Oh, Ink, just ground jump. Just ground jump.
Just ground jump or just do the room normally.
Alright, there we go. He's fine. He made it.
We're good.
Gets his blue fire. Will he succumb to the stalagmite that also took out Breadcoon? That's the real question.
Still
Could
has
happen.
fairy, so even if he gets hit, it's fine.
Ink
Kind
isn't
of.
going for the skulls, by the way. He didn't get the other blue fire from to open up the other room, so isn't choosing to finish the skulls.
Yeah, I think he
Kinda
determined that he
surprised.
does not have the time.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, he could leave this room and still try and do it, but I think he's probably ran out of time.
He's probably going to try to do that because, I mean, you have like 90 seconds left. Why not, right?
Honestly, with the amount of time he wasted on the setups in that previous room, he would have had time. But I understand not having enough time now. Like, you've got 90 seconds, which, hey, just saying, I called it bang on 90 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much done. I can't.
I'm also surprised because he does have a second bottle. So you could just get the second one and with iron boots run back out to the front. And then just run over and do that room, I guess.
Now,
Like,
this isn't
not
a
really
warp song
unsafe.
I expected him to play.
Oh, this is like the Colossus scrubs and stuff.
Surely not. Surely not. A minute left.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna be so close on this if he gets any
Hey,
points
no
out of it.
pressure. If you lose your fairy here,
This would be horrible to lose your fairy here. You do need to kill the levers, which is a problem.
No! Came up the rock. Oh, heartbreak.
Ink.
Less than a minute left.
God damn it.
And
So
he's outta
I'm
here.
curious, what is the threshold to waiting around? If you had a minute left on the clock and you just want to stand around for a
You
minute,
can wait. You can
is
wait
that
around. If there's nothing left to do, you can wait around. All right. Well, GG's to Ink. Let's see if we can bring them in. And I will tell you now. Well, actually, I'll wait for Ink to come in. Wait till Ink's in, Hyper, and then you can reveal where Strength 3 is. I'm sure Ink will choose to join us very quickly. And then I will also reveal the scores and the async times, as you may have noticed that I still haven't posted the async finish times in the race room. But yeah, GG's. Man, got one runner to the very end. So congrats to Ink regardless for getting to that point. We'll have to verify what their final score was. But I think the clear winner in the live race, of course. As we move on to week 6, where we go back to a double elim. Round score and total score. Ink is in the waiting room, so just going to drag him in. There he is, GG Ink.
Thanks.
GG?
Very good run. So just to confirm, you didn't have a spare fairy? Or did, because we were really unsure whether you still had an extra life for basically the entire time you were on
I
restream.
did. I
You
did.
did.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oof.
So yeah, that was a -20. I should have just quit there because I couldn't have gotten it in time. That
Yeah,
was
that
kind
was
of really, really dumb. So that's like a very easy -20 thrown away. I don't think I could have gotten any other points. I tried like skipping ice skulls, but like to see if I could get more time, but my ice execution was really bad. So yeah.
Yeah, did lose a bit of time there, but I think all things considered, I think you still had a pretty great race. There were a few things, of course, that I'm sure you're wondering, where was this? Where was that? Magic, you was on Ocarina Memory Game, so
Okay.
was very available. We do not know where Strength 3 is or Light Arrows are. We assume Light Arrows are just simply
Lights
in Light
are
Trial.
probably light trial, yeah.
Hyper knows where Strength 3 was, so feel free to announce where Strength 3 was, Hyper. I'm sure it's somewhere. Colossus Fairy. Wow, incredible.
Wow.
So,
So actually, if you do memory game in Colossus Fairy and Scrubs, you can beat the seed then.
yeah, I mean, it was Magic especially. It's like, well, okay, we are just missing Strength 3 and assuming it's somewhere not unreasonable. Like even it could even have been in like Water Temple, right? It's like that's not an unreasonable place to dip into and try and to fish it
Yeah.
out. The sort of nastier places would have been like Deep Shadow or or something like that.
GTG.
But yeah, a GTG. But GTG itself was in the Shadow entrance, which wasn't actually that hard to get into if you have early Magic, because Din's was in bottom of the well. So yeah, that isn't too bad. But yeah, I will all 3 async races this seed finished at 2 hours and 30 minutes. So all 3, both myself, Hyper, and Timmy, all managed to last the full 2 hours 30 minutes. I will just get the scores up, and then I'll go through them. But Ink, yeah, feel free to carry on telling us how you think the run went generally. Any areas you wish that you didn't do, any really strong spots you think you were in for throughout the past sort of like an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Well, I think I routed a little too careful, but like in the end, I got a very good score, and I would have gotten a deathless run, so I would have gotten 180.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I regret too much. I think I maybe could have avoided some age changing a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah, fair
Other
play.
than
Yeah,
that,
age changing was a bit rubbish, this seed.
I was actually hoping for magic and well. Like I was hoping that was the hint, and it wasn't just a fire source. But yeah, I lost that coin flip, unfortunately. So I was also thinking like very early on. This seed is actually like has very good potential to be an all song seed. To be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking that playing it.
I think the only one that's like a bit awkward is like fire, because I don't actually know where fire is. I presume it's like water temple or something.
It's either water or GTG, like shadow and fire
Yeah.
are in either of those locations.
Yeah, but if it's water, it's not actually the worst, because I mean, I guess it's annoying to backtrack to, but it's not the worst in the sense that you have gold scale available too. So you could do gold scale entry if you don't go to DC, or if
Yeah.
you just go mode it, like I thought of doing. But I wanted to get the skulls, and I was missing so many items that I couldn't do that. So
Yeah, you had launch shot, so just getting the skull points was kind of worth it.
yeah, I think that's the only time the skull points are actually worth it in DC. I think that like points thing. I was talking to Hyper about it. We think that it's just like way too slow for 3 points unless you have long shot. But I did have long shot. I actually wanted to go to well so I could get long shot before I find it. So that worked out at least. But yeah. I'm still not mad that I skipped like Ocarina mini game or anything though. Like I'll probably do it again. But other than that. Yeah. Oh, you did too. Yeah. Base.
Oh, I skipped the child shooting gallery to put the bomb back.
Oh yeah, I know. That's when you like to skip. Yeah.
I happened to skip both Ocarina game and the shooting gallery, so I got.
Yeah, most of you skipped Ocarina Memory Game, which just brought a tear to my eye. But you know what can you do? So I'll just go through the points. So we'll go from bottom to top. So last place this week is Le Plopper with 25 points, followed by Liam on 27 points, followed by Cup on 28 points. Unfortunately, we still lose Cup with the lowest points total, but congrats to Cup for surviving till week 5 up to this stage. Then it goes Durax 45, Cola 47, Breadcoon 75, me 131, Ink 161, Timmy 184, and Hyper with I think the first 200, 203. So yeah, huge score from Hyper, Timmy, and Ink in particular. So GG's to you guys with Hyper winning the week, but Ink winning the live race. So yeah, big congrats to you both. Definitely putting you in stronger positions as we go into week 6. But yeah, week 6, as I say, we lose 2 players next round. We lose the lowest total and we lose the lowest point score. At this point, I think kind of anyone is up for the lowest round score based on the fact that early deaths have continued to happen throughout the weeks and even today. So it's going to be a very close one next week. No real good bets or gambles based on that one, but as far as point score goes, Hyper is leading the charge, well in front on 845 points so far, so doing incredibly well. With Timmy, I think, in a pretty comfortable spot in second, but I think anything from third down is all up for grabs at this stage. So yeah, we're going to have to see how things shake out in the next few weeks and who manages to grab those last couple of spots into the top 4, but it's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, next week is 2 eliminations, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everyone bring your A game.
Exactly. Yeah, well, it's nothing but A games now. So yeah, even the smallest mistakes, and that could well be elimination from the tournament. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very good week 6. But yeah, as I say, GTs to everyone. Any final comments before we hand it to the wonderful baseball to sign us off?
I'd like to say thanks everybody for letting us put you on Restream. We ended up cycling through a lot of you. Some of you may be able to blame baseball because it's usually someone popped on Restream that got hit within 5 minutes and then clocked out. So if you need a coping mechanism, there it is. Other than that, I think baseball has some news about Restream schedule tomorrow. So we'll hand it off to her.
I do. Yes, we're gonna have a weekly restream tomorrow. That'll be at 9 a.m. Eastern. That'll be on the main ZSR channel. Very exciting. It's gonna show off the changes to the standard rule set. Hopefully, if they find the items that they need to do that. Hopefully we get the hammer and hovers early, and it'll be a fun restream. Yes, make sure you check that out. We're gonna have more Battle Royale next week, same time, 3 p.m. I'll probably be here again. So, yeah. Thanks for the fun races. Sorry for killing everyone I put on Restream.
Yeah, every time. By the way, every time baseball rotated someone on, they died like immediately. It was Durax, and then it was Cola. It was like, oh my god, the slaughter was continuing.
Just like in quick succession, it was really funny.
It is very entertaining, so that's kind of worth it.
Yeah, it worked because we got to see all of the deaths at least. Yeah. Okay, that was fun as usual. Thank you, Chimp and Burrito, for commentating. Y'all are great, as always. And all of our runners today. I think we had everyone on Restream, actually.
We did.
Yeah. Plop, Bread, Ink, Durex, Cola, Liam, and Cup. This was great. We managed to get all 7. Partially thanks to me killing people. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, Burrito will be commentating the weekly tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. Should be a good time if you're curious to see some of the new tricks in action. Woo!
Oh boy.
Woo!
We're getting
Hopefully we
wet.
see them. Okay. I'm gonna send us over to ZSR2. There. Oh yeah, hammer slide. Hopefully we see some hammer slides. Water hops, very good, everybody. We're going to Majora's Mask Randomizer, where they do stuff like, I don't know, what's it called? They like use bombs to jump over gaps. Yep.
Go to bed.
Is it like 6 p.m. at baseball time?
It's literally 6 p.m. Okay.
Hey, like,
Fine.
I don't know, like, help a kid get married or something. Anyways, bye.
I don't know. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.